Hey guys, once again, welcome back. Can you speak, Neeraj?
Um, yeah, maybe you can just share your screen.
Yeah, I will share my screen. We have not started anything,
Yeah.
but
We are live. We are live, Anurag. Yeah.
we are live,
So
right?
yeah, hello to everyone.
Once again, let me just reduce. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Uh,
So guys, who are joining us, we are in for a huge final here of the online chess Olympiad. India takes on a mighty Russia, but it's going to be, as you can see, the Tigers against the Russian Bears. So we are in for one hell of an encounter here. So it's two well deserved finals.
Exactly,
And
guys. Once again, welcome, welcome all of you to the stream. And it's a big day for us Indians because we are facing against Russia in the finals here. Hopefully, all guys can hear me clearly, right? Can hear us clearly?
yeah,
That's
it is Anurag.
okay. That's good then.
You are audible. I think everything is fine. Somebody can just confirm on the stream. That would be great. Ayush, if you can just put in a thumbs up or just let us know if everything is perfect, that would be great.
Yeah, I think we are good,
Hello,
right?
Akshaya,
So
Neel,
once again,
Ruben,
welcome
Sai.
all the regulars that we have in the chat here.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already,
Wha-
then hit the like button so that you can draw more people to the stream. That would be really nice of you. Yeah, okay. Yes, Neeraj, you were saying?
Yeah. So what a big day, right, Anurag? I think just have to mention that India. Okay, we all understand that this is the online Olympiad. It's not over the board, but with no sporting events going on across India at all and across the globe as well, um, it is a massive occasion. India has never won an Olympiad gold medal, so we just have to highlight that, guys. So if India wins a gold, it will be the first time ever.
And Anurag, you could just maybe put forward the teams, maybe that would be helpful so
Yeah,
that
definitely.
everyone
We
can actually
can.
have a look at it.
So here's the team composition, guys, and we had shown this earlier, but as you can see, India don't go by the average rating. The average rating is
Yeah,
slightly lesser than Russia, of course, but it's the balance, guys. So the balance is going to be very important and key here. You cannot really play all the 12 players, and the average counts all the 12 players in the team. You can see all the heavyweights in Russia, but when you balance it up, I think India definitely has a very good chance. Which sports would you favor for India, Neeraj?
Anurag. So just talking about the rating average, I just want to mention that our rating average is slightly lower because we all know that Pragnananda is not 1700, but he's playing with a 1700 rapid rating.
Yeah,
Also,
that's one key factor, guys. I completely forgot.
and
Pragnananda
Divya
has
Deshmukh.
yes, and Divya Deshmukh. Both these players are underrated. 1700 is not their actual strength. So yeah, that's where our average drops down because they haven't really got an opportunity
Yeah.
to play a lot of rapid games. So
Yes. By the way, in the chat, Clinton makes a very important point here. He says, "I think India has never won a silver medal as well." Yes, in the best India has done as the at the Olympiad is a bronze medal, the team bronze medal. So this is already one step. But until you, I mean, so if India goes down here, then we reflect on what a great performance. Until then, we are hoping that India goes and gets the gold medal. So let's not talk about the silver for now. Let's just talk gold. We're
exactly.
only
Let's
going to
put
be
our
talking
faces on the screen here for the
through.
people to see. And one important thing is that any stats, this guy is very good with stats. We have Neeraj here. And let's get the bro and sis in there, Neeraj.
Yeah,
Important thing here
Anurag.
for the
Also,
stream. And yeah, you were
after
saying?
that, you could maybe just share the screen as well. That would be great.
Definitely.
So,
And yeah, if possible, get the board a bit to the right. As usual, I keep telling you the same thing.
No, we have something coming up at the bottom there, Mandy. I'm
oh,
forgetting. Like,
Okay.
okay.
And
Yeah, yeah. India has got the silver, but we won the gold. Yeah, that's true. Russia looks strong, says Arnav Kadam, but India is father of strong. Okay, yes, that's a nice way of putting it. But yes, I mean it's going to be one intense final here. Again, let me just talk to you about the route to the final. India qualified, as we all know, in the dramatic preliminaries, and then we beat China in the final round, booked a direct place into the quarters. Then we then we beat Armenia in the quarters, and then we beat Poland in the semi-final. Again, a dramatic Armageddon where Humpy beat Monika Sochko of Poland. And then we are in the finals. Russia have beaten USA in the semifinals, which we actually covered yesterday. It was a much closer match than many would have expected. So I think both the teams have had enough exposure to the pressure part of it, right? I'm not sure Russia has gone into an Armageddon. So is that an added advantage, Anurag?
Uh, I'm not really sure what to say on that, Neeraj, because they have some heavyweights who can play Armageddon pretty well. Artemiev is fast.
True.
Nepo is, has flagged people earlier. And then they have Dubov, who has shown his class in the yesterday also and in the Magnus Carlsen
Yes.
series. So I think Armageddon is not where we want to go, maybe, Neeraj. Or maybe we have
No,
Nihal though.
obviously.
Like Nihal is one guy we would not mind in the Armageddon. He's quite fast. And Humpy, of course, we cannot forget Humpy. That she did an excellent
Yeah.
job. But if I have to compare stat-wise, Humpy and Kostinuk is the faster player. That is something that we cannot ignore. But let's wait and
Anurag,
find out. You
but
have any predictions?
Anurag, but I think one point what you have to realize is in the previous game, right? Although definitely Monika Sochko was the faster player than Humpy, we all know that. She maintained a 1 minute advantage till the very end when she was absolutely lost. She had a 1 minute advantage, but Humpy showed that Armageddon is not only about playing fast; it's about playing good moves as well.
Exactly.
She maintained a perfect balance of good moves as well as the time management, and it uh, checkmating your opponent with two queens on the board says enough
Yeah,
about how
exactly.
well you played.
I think that definitely she did outplay her opponent. She did outplay Monica the other day. So it's not like Humpy is bad at Armageddon or something. She definitely outclassed her opponent.
Yeah.
Kostenuk and Humpy, I would say, Humpy may be slightly stronger in the over the board, but fast chess Kostenuk is better in that regard. But it'll be interesting if it goes to the Armageddon and suppose we have. The women playing. That will be really interesting. I'm sure they will be picking up Humpy after what she has done twice now.
I just have a suggestion though. The board that you have put over there, could you just put the chess result? I've actually sent you the images if possible. Could you just put it at the place of the board so that the teams are visible for everyone who is coming new to the stream?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you have to let go us and put in the whole this instead of that. Besides us, I mean the board is not really required at the moment, so that's
At
why.
the moment, so we can switch to this and let's have the results on the board. Is that better?
By the way, guys, also the updated scores are there on the right top corner of your video. You can see the updated scores. So that's a small change that we've added here. So you can see that is the match points, right? The match result.
That is the match
probably.
points, not the game points.
Yes.
The match
Okay.
points. And
Yeah.
is this fine? Like if I keep this screen on the scoreboard because the pairings are not yet out, of course. Are they?
Yeah, Anurag, I think while we wait for the pairings, we can keep the the team compositions on the screen. I think
And
we can scroll down a
Definitely,
little.
yes.
again, we have got the same question. If this is the first time we've reached so far, well, this is the first time this is an online Olympiad online. Oh no, it's anyway online. It's online
Yeah.
Olympiad, and it's the knockout system. But usually, on the board Olympiads are Swiss, so we can't really say that. And we have got the bronze medal earlier, but yeah, if we can get the gold
At
this
the
time,
end,
yeah.
at the end, guys, this is a FIDE event. It is conducted by FIDE in on chess.com. So in the online format, at the end, it is FIDE, and winning a gold here would be a first time. First of all, a silver as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Knockout. So
We've
we
never
can't
had a
really
knockout.
say
Yeah.
this far. We can't
True.
really say that.
But yes, in the sense of rankings, yes, it's the best we've ever ranked in an Olympiad.
But again, you have to consider these are rapid games. On the board, actually classical and all, we have got the bronze medal. And we could have also won.
Actually, right? Is the sorry, this is not what I wanted to open. Is the semi-final like is the playoff for the third spot is also going on at the moment?
No, actually, I was wondering this myself.
When is
I
that?
was
Let's
wondering.
just check it out on
I
chess
was wondering
results.
about this. Do we have a third place playoff?
Of course, we have to have a third place playoff, right? Don't we?
I'm,
I
I
thought
don't
we should be
know.
having
So
a third place playoff, but we don't have
it
anything on the chess results website here.
it could
Clearly.
be like it it could be like a boxing, wrestling in the Olympics. There are 2 bronze medalists.
A tie, is it?
Yeah, so I mean in the Olympics, they don't keep a third place playoff because they believe that the guys who have reached the final 4 in the world deserve to at least get some kind of recognition. So they have 2 bronze medalists in every single Olympic.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so I think I don't know if the playoff will be there, Arnav. I'm not really sure of it, but good to see you people again in the stream. If you haven't, then you can definitely hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Glad to have you back once again. So at the moment, we have the team composition on the screen here,
Yes.
and we are waiting. The games will start at 4:30 sharp. Nothing. No pairings are not out yet, so the players have not yet given out their board order. But I'm sure we'll be having that up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see when they come up
So
with the.
Ananya Taneja says, "Would you show us a live match here?" Yes, we will be showing you the live games. We'll be covering all the 6 live games here. We'll be switching and analyzing. Again, for those of y'all who are new here, just want to tell a little about our channel. The Go and Chess Trio is a channel with the team members being Grandmaster Anurag, as you can see, myself Neeraj, and my sister Nandini. Grandmaster Anurag is rated 2499. I'm rated 2188, and Nandini is rated 1911. And we are the Goan Chess Trio because we hail from the state of Goa, and obviously we are a trio, so hence. And we concentrate and we focus on creating exclusively chess content for now, which is instructive, as well as we try to keep it fun. We stream regularly and we have regular uploads as well, so you can check out our channel for more content. And if you do like it, you can always hit the like button, you can subscribe and let us know any suggestions and feedback of our prior videos as well.
Definitely, yes. And guys, rumor has it that liking the video definitely brings in more viewers. So make sure to
Yes.
hit that like button and help support us if you're enjoying it. And we'll be coming up with live commentary of the games, of course, all the 6 sports. That's what we are here for. It will be a very exciting final, hopefully. And well, we're waiting on the mo order. If you have any, the board order. If you have any predictions, you can definitely
Yeah.
put it in the chat. Who do you think will be playing? Anand, I feel like, as per my opinion, I think Anand will be coming in for the first game. We can see the
Yes.
same composition. So let's take a guess. Anand, do you think Hari will be playing the second board, or do you think Vidit will be
I
popping
I
in here?
I think it will be with it.
It'll be Vidit, is it?
Yeah. In my opinion, it would be with it. I think there's no reason to sub him. I mean, the team captain, I think he's done a wonderful job. Hari Krishna too has been excellent for us.
That's true.
So, okay, so Ananya Taneja says, "What if India wins today? What next?" So Ananya, I guess when Abhinav Bindra won India's first ever individual gold medal in the 2008 Olympics, I think there was nothing more beyond that, right? You don't get anything beyond a gold. So this would end the Online Olympiad today. It's the final day. If India wins a gold, that's a massive achievement, and I think it deserves much more recognition than. I mean, see, I don't have a problem with other sports getting recognition, but the point is, even now with all the other sports not happening, right, Anurag? I still feel somewhere down the line, chess is not getting as much recognition as it should have. Any other sport reaching a final of the Olympiad would have been a huge, huge thing.
Yeah, one small thing I think maybe Ananya asked in a simple way. If you put it in a simple way, Ananya, if India wins today, it's celebration time for us. That's the simplest way to put
Yeah,
it, I think.
true.
Before we delve too much into the statistics, I think the first simple thing it's just time to celebrate if India wins today, and we're hoping for an India win. And Anand Grishuk is what Tane says. I think so. Anand Grishuk could be on the top board. Um, Unless they want to play Nepo there, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
They can also play Nepo on the top board
I
if he
think,
has something
Anurag,
prepared.
just a gentle reminder to all the viewers. Anand has beaten Nepo the last 2 times pretty well. I think we covered both the games, or we at least covered a game in the French, Anurag, if you remember, the crazy game where the king came out and avoided the perpetual check. Anurag, do you remember
Definitely.
this? Yes. And there was another 17 move miniature by Anand, which was excellent. By the way, in the chat, Ajay Chandra Ganji has asked Anurag, as you are a GM, did you ever play a game against Vishy?
No, I've never played against Vishy in real chess. I've definitely met him, but I've not played against him ever.
Yeah.
I've spoken to him though. A very nice personality and very nice to speak
Okay.
to. Excellent. But never got a chance to
I
play
have
against him.
I haven't spoken to him though, but I've obviously, like, I was playing one of his seconds at that point of time,
Oh,
Sureshekar
really?
Ganguly.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
So we,
amazing.
I think that was the first time that during a game we were made to stop because Anand was entering the hall, and when Vishy was entering the hall, they paused the clocks, and then Vishy came over to Sureshekar Ganguly, and then they started chatting, and then Anand, being such a good person that he is, right? He saw that 11-year or a 12-year-old boy sitting on the board and just looking at him in awe, like, Anand is surprisingly tall for an Indian. He doesn't look that way. So I was just looking at Anand, and he's tall, and this, glittering. His specs were like glittering and all that. And then suddenly this guy comes, Vishy comes to me, and then he says all the best, and then he says all the best to Surya, and then he goes, yeah, he does give me a shake hand there, and I was like, I just froze. I just outstretched. That was a huge moment for me.
Definitely. One more thing is I'm not really sure about this. Is Olympics cancelled this year? Like, is that a statement or is that a question?
Yes.
Like,
It's not cancelled, guys. The Tokyo Olympics is not cancelled. It's postponed.
okay, postponed,
So
right? You cannot really cancel. Yeah.
instead of having it after Rio 2016, generally the Olympics is every 4 years. It should have been this year 2020, but it's going to be 2021.
2021, yeah. And will India play against any other country? Not really. This is the final, Ananya. That's what I was
Yeah.
telling you about earlier. If we win this, then it's celebration time. We have already won the silver, by the way. Like, the silver is guaranteed no matter what happens today. But we're looking for the gold, always looking for more. And
Yeah.
hopefully India gets it as for today.
We have
Once again, guys.
We have another very interesting question in the chat. Is there an Olympics for kids as well? Yes, we do have something called the Youth Olympiad. We do have the Youth Olympiad, which is a format where under 16 players will be there. From every country, 6 players are selected. I think there's one girl that is compulsory in every team. So we do have the Youth Olympiad. We do have it.
One more one small question I'd like to answer here. Like, the ratings that you see here are rapid ratings. A player of Prux caliber is definitely not a 1700 rating, guys. So he is 2500 in classical, or is he reached 2600 already? He's closing it. Like, he will be 2600 soon. So this is just a rapid rating, guys. This is not the actual strength.
Players in our team.
Yeah, so we have pretty strong players. Don't go by the rating you see on the screen. That's just rapid rating. Players do not get a lot of chances to play rapid tournaments all the time. More of classical or sometimes more of blitz also. Rapid is not organized that often, so the ratings are slightly lesser. Whereas Russians do tend to play more often, so hence their ratings are more there. But don't go by that. We'll be seeing some upsets and surprises here. And yeah, by the way, we will be coming up with such content, Nikhil, later, of course. So stay tuned and subscribe to our channel. We'll be doing such educational content of... you have any ideas, by the way, you can definitely ping us on our socials. Put it down in the comment section below or join us on Discord. We have a chat channel there. Looking forward to your suggestions.
Yeah, that is actually Ved chatting with the username Nikhil Savarkar is actually Ved. Okay. So let's just address him as Ved.
Yeah, we should definitely not repeat our mistakes in the past, for sure.
Okay, so Tanay asks, can you explain how do the pairings come out? Tanay, basically, the captain and the team management decides who exactly will be playing. So 5 minutes prior to the round, so which is scheduled at 4:30. So probably at around 4:25, the pairing should be out.
I'll give it
so
you
nominate your players, and the opponent team nominates their players. So
we have the pairings.
You have to submit it. You can't get to know the opponent's team and then prepare accordingly.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm a little bit surprised by seeing the pairings here. I will be honest with you because I feel like Anand is missing out. Yes, they are on the screen, Neeraj, and Anand is missing out in the first round, guys. So with it playing against Nepo with the white pieces, let's hope he can come up with something special. Wow. And Harikrishna trying to Harikrishna will be playing with the black pieces against Artemiev. Artemiev is also a very
I
strong
think,
player.
okay, can tell the pairing, and I would want to say something.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be sharing the screen with you also, Neeraj. So in a moment, I think the
Yeah.
games have definitely not yet come up, so don't worry about that. We'll have them shortly. And if you go to see, you can just see the pairing here. You can look it up on your screen, Neeraj, and you can definitely talk a little bit about it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Kostanuk is playing against
Okay.
Harika and Lano.
Anurag, just before we get to the pairings part, let me just answer this question. Saj Bruce asks, has Vidit ever won against the first grade players like Grichuk, Nepo, Karakin, Kramnik, Dubov, Artemev? Yes, he has. Vidit has beaten a lot of these top guys. I'm not going to say he has a plus score, but he has definitely beaten them. And we all know that Vidit is very solid with white. So, Anurag, so coming back to the pairing here, Vidit against Nepo. Nepo is obviously supposed to be the favorite on paper, but we know how solid Vidit is with white, right?
Exactly. Vidit is very solid with his white pieces and has like he tends to prepare quite a lot. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he comes with something special against Nepo. And Hari Krishna will be trying to maybe hold a draw. Like realistically speaking, maybe equalize against Artemiev here. Artemiev also may try something out of the ordinary. Maybe not the mainline theory, but Humpy against Lano. I think Humpy with the white pieces should be trying for more. Harika against Koshneuk. Once again, Koshneuk with white, but Harika is definitely strong enough there. So it's evenly matched. And Prag against Sarana. I mean, there's a 1,000 point difference there, guys, but that doesn't mean that's the actual rating. Don't get too alarmed by it. Prag is definitely a 2600 plus strength player. Equally Sarana also. So that will be a good fight. And Divya against Polina. Let's see what happens there. If Divya also with the black pieces. Can do something against Polina. We'll see what she has up her sleeve. Like, I wonder what that opening will be. But prediction, guys, what do you think is going to be the score here?
Prediction. Oh my God. Okay.
It's time for that. And until then,
Predictions.
Neeraj, I will just get you in here and share my screen. So
I think if we have if we really see where the wins, like we have
Before predictions,
yeah.
it was going that actually Hari Krishna is playing the Polish league.
I think we ought to understand that these guys are dedicated to the country, and a lot of people were criticizing Hari Krishna and asking whether he would be free from the Polish league, and I think it's really wrong to just spread a rumor. So Hari Krishna is very well playing in the team. As you can see, he's on board 2 playing the black pieces against Artemev. So guys, I think
and guys asking me why
we are
Arvind is not playing. By the way, guys, they need to find a right balance. But so, I mean, Arvind did not fit into that scenario. So that's why maybe Arvind didn't get a chance yet. Maybe we see him today. Let's see. Might be maybe possible that we could see him in today. But he did not fit in. And does he fit in which category, Neeraj? Like
Arvind is the
open category, exactly. So if he is playing the open category, they already have 3 strong heavyweights in the team there,
yeah.
guys. Anand, Hari, and Vidit.
I mean, for all the strength that Arvind has, right? I think we would not probably be seeing him today because he would be coming in place of Vishy, Hari Krishna, or Vidit, which is a huge responsibility for him.
Exactly. And Arvind, by the way, is online here. Just now I got a notification that Arvind has come online on chess.com, but maybe not in the team, not for the first round at least. We'll see what happens the second round. I'm keeping track and seeing if the games will be set up soon. The link is not yet out, so still have 3
we
minutes
will
to
be
go,
starting
guys.
in about 2 or 3 minutes. We will be starting in about 2 or 3 minutes. So I think there is still some time. Akshay says 4.5, 2.5. That adds up to 7, guys. It is 6 boards.
It's 6 boards, guys. Come on, get the math straight. And 4-3, like, come on, guys. Naveen, like, it's 6 boards. Cannot be 4-3. That's not possible. And yeah, 2.5. I think we have one negative prediction, Shrey. Come on, let's go for India here. Let's not. I would not want to see a negative prediction here, guys. Everything in favor of India. Some people are saying 3-3 because they're evenly matched, and we could see a draw in the first game. We could. Hopefully, India takes the first one, so there is the pressure in the second game is eased off. But let's see. We know how they came back strong against Poland, but first game
Naveen,
first, I'm
Naveen,
hoping for.
the pairing has come. We had just displayed it a while ago on the screen.
It's on the screen still, guys. Like you can see it here, right here on the screen. Like the pairing
Yeah.
is still out here on the screen. The games have not started. Still 2 minutes to go until the boards will be set up, and it should be underway in like another 2-3 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes actually. It's already 16:29, so we should be starting on the dot most likely. Let's see.
I think Anurag, we could be seeing a 3-3 in round one. I personally think it could go towards a 3-3.
I think once
I
again,
would
guys,
love
like
to see India
people,
win though.
yeah, people asking about balance. They need to maintain balance of team here. So they feel like I was wondering, they could have played Grishuk, but they maybe felt like Nepo and Artemiev is a better setup in the first round. They can definitely get Grishuk in for the second game as well. They have substituted
Anurag,
Dubov.
actually,
Yeah,
I think what they would be looking to do is, I don't think we will be seeing Nepo and Dubov play together, because they both have these like, let's say, ultra aggressive, a little unpredictable at times. They could give you 2 out of 2, but they could also give you 0 out of 2. If they have a bad day. Would you agree with me on that?
exactly. Yeah, they
And
are unpredictable
probably
that way.
Sasha and Nepo, probably Sasha and Nepo, Artemiev and Nepo together make a better combination. Dubov and Sasha could make an appearance in round two. Let's wait and watch. I think it depends. It depends on the results. All the round two pairings will depend on these results. If India nick this, Russia will be under huge pressure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We could see
And
some
we have the
changes.
games live, guys. So
The
I think
games
it's
are underway,
time to move to the board and get the games
Yeah.
going. So I think let's just get that here. And the link is not here by chess.com apparently. Just okay. Let's get the games in individually.
You can just open
Yeah, I
individually,
can get
right?
in that. Then it doesn't open up in the
Just,
same side of the
give us
board.
a minute, guys, and you will have the games on screen, all the games one by one in a minute.
Yeah.
But whichever boards are right now there, you would have to see them for a few seconds by the time he opens up all the boards. And
Yeah, I
and
think
we could
one
go
board
on
is
and
remaining.
3, 4, 5. We are
Yeah,
missing
I
on
think,
one.
we
Which
have
one is?
all the games. Yeah.
Yeah, we have all 6 guys.
So this is Humpy's game.
Yeah, so this is the problem, Neeraj. Like it doesn't open up from the side that we want it to, from the black side. But that's okay. We'll see what happens later. We have the games on the board, guys, and already Humpy is like way past the opening stage. We'll stick around here because
Anurag, just keep it on the chat. Keep the chat button open so that if you get a
on
link, you can
chess.com.
always
Cool.
open it.
the chat button. Yeah. So sure. Okay, so we have all the games here, right? Shall we click this and open this?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that would be better, right?
Yeah, maybe that will be better, right? I think this aligns the board for us, or is it? Just see it. Not really, right? All have opened from the white side.
Yeah, okay, but it's fine. I think okay.
It's fine. It's
we'll
fine.
just,
Let's stick around. Here we have bishop e5 and queen d2. We'll stick around the opening phase, and down here, the guys, you can see it right here. All the games are here, so you'll get the timing. And if there is any result up, you will be able to see it right here in the screen. You can see my finger moving. Okay, it's right there. It will be visible for you, so it'll be much
I'll
easier.
quickly, Anurag, while you just choose the games, I'll quickly just clarify all the usernames for everyone. As you can see, Divya Deshmukh is Divya Deshmukh. R Prag Chess is Pragnananda. Chess Queen is Koshanuk. Elegance Rix is Harika Dronavelli. Humpy 1987 is Humpy Koneru. GM Hari Krishna is Pentala Hari Krishna, and Vidit Chess is Vidit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
I think we'll go on to the games now.
Let's just stick to Humpy's game because this is probably some theory going on here and it's got a little complicated. Let's stick to the live position and then we'll do a roundup in a moment once they stay solid for a while. What is happening here though?
Both of them are playing quite fast, so it's probably theory.
So let's just see here, guys. Like after this, knight g4 threatening a mate, so g3 takes care of it, and then comes a6 here. Like, the a8 rook is hanging, but a6 played out. What is happening?
So I think black is sacrificing that exchange, definitely, right?
Yeah, I think so, because after bishop takes 8, if you takes 8 takes b5,
Queen
the bishop
takes
can
No, I think
easily
you
retreat
want
back.
to go queen takes 8.
Yeah. You can do bishop takes 8 and then queen takes 8. The a3, b5 knight is under attack, and once the knight moves, I think black can take knight takes e3, maybe spoil the structure a little bit, and then capture on e4. Very imbalanced here, so probably heading for one result, guys. Maybe not a draw scene on this board. Let's hope for a good result for Humpy here. Actually, after queen takes a8, Neeraj, like knight c7 is also possible. So knight takes e3 played first, f takes e3, and now I think queen takes a8 will be played, most likely.
Black has compensation, definitely. You can see visible compensation in the sense that, Black also has the bishop pair. By the way, Anurag, can you just try that link there maybe? Would that work?
And in the meantime, hi, Pallavi Roy is over here. So hi, Pallavi, welcome.
Welcome to the
Pallavi
stream,
could
Pallavi.
also-
1 minute. Let me just see what happens
Yeah,
here,
Pallavi,
guys.
we would appreciate a hello to me and Anurag as well. But anyway, hello, Pallavi. Welcome to the stream.
I think that's not really the case, Neeraj. It's the same.
Okay.
So let's just
Never
ignore
mind.
it.
Let's just. Okay, that's fine. We'll just get that soon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little greedy there. I thought maybe the board could just automatically flip.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's okay.
We can see what.
Probably just go forward with the games. We have not seen all the games.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll
just
stick to the
leave the
games
board
and
flip it
probably just look at.
Anurag, the board is not visible on the stream. So
it's visible.
Can you
Neeraj,
just get
like,
that?
it's already visible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So after bishop b5, we have Vidit doing something interesting here, guys. Is this Grunfeld? Looks like it has come
Yeah,
from
it
the
has to be a
Grunfeld.
Grunfeld.
E5,
You
and
would
both
expect-
players, you can see that this looks good for us because 15 minute 45 for Vidit, not spent a single minute on the board, and he's blitzing out his moves. He's on the roll. And it's Nepo,
this is some
surprisingly.
kind of-
This guy, we never see under time trouble or rarely ever see him having less time on the clock, Nepo Niachi.
Yeah.
But today we see something interesting here. Vidit hopefully has outprepared him, or at least is very complicated actually. I think queen e6 attacks this, attacks here, and there is some idea.
Anurag,
There are some ideas on this.
For queen takes b5, do we have knight c7?
Queen takes b5. Okay. So a tactical resource with knight c7. Yes, looks good to me. Rook takes c7, met with queen d8 check. Bishop goes back, and then we capture on c7, winning the exchange. Could be interesting. Yeah.
I still think
Nice
it is
find,
complicated.
Neeraj.
It's not as easy as it looks, right?
Indeed, yes. Definitely some complications on the board, guys. On this board, as well as the board between with this. And we see that Artemiev has done something simple here. 1 minute. I think his, Rakesh mentioned the link here.
Okay, not yet.
Should
But I
we-
think Rakesh is in the chat, so probably we will be getting it.
Should we try it out, Neeraj? Let's give it a shot, actually. 1 minute, guys. Sorry for this. Let's give it a link.
Shrey,
Try and see.
Shrey says seeing improvement day by day. In what exactly, Shrey?
No, no, it's the same. It's the same. And
Yeah, we have a link finally, guys. And I
Yes,
think this
we finally
link
have
will,
the link. where
this
we do
link will
not
work
have to-
better for us to see it from the orientation
Yeah.
of the Indian side. So here we have Divya, and we'll quickly go to Harikrishna's game from the black side. So we see that Artemiev has not played some mainline theory. I had guessed this. He will not be entering something here. And he has played some simple chess, which allows Hari to equalize relatively easy. Now, knight e5, I think he can take knight e5 and get knight d7 followed by bishop f6. I think things look good here.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's just quickly pay a visit to the game between Humpy and see what happened. So after bishop takes a8, Lano captures with the knight, Neeraj. That's interesting. So allowing
Exactly.
white to keep the bishop on the board, and then queen c7. What is going on here? This looks like some weird engine line or something is like, I can see that normally you would have taken on c5, you would have taken on c3, like there are so many pawns hanging, but black decides to play the very unusual queen c7. And one thing is, both the players are spending a relatively equal amount of time. So I think they're still in some sort of preparation. Scene to b6, queen into b6, and then queen e2. At the moment, guys, white is an exchange up. So this game, hard to predict what is happening. I prefer white, of course.
If black doesn't, if black doesn't manage to, get some attack or initiative going, I think Humpy can just use the material advantage here.
like
Exactly.
he's been doing lately.
One thing, guys, like
in the best possible way.
a small thing, guys, like Vishy is not playing in this one, so it doesn't really matter. He's not playing in this match here. The first round. Maybe he comes back in the second game, but the username is definitely the Wish. Thank you, Shrey. Queen e2, e6, and bishop b3 met with bishop b7 attacking. So black does have some compensation because white's pawn structure is a little bit worse, and there are some holes on the king side which can be exploited. The king is not something which is very safe. After this comes bishop c2 defending the e4 pawn. So I think it's important to defend this e4 pawn over the c3 pawn, because I think after you lose e4, like it's totally weak on the king side here. So bishop c2,
Yeah.
and let's see what happens here. It's complicated. It's very difficult to give an evaluation immediately here, though.
Yeah, so Anurag, maybe we'll just touch upon all the games once. Maybe we'll look at Harika as well. I think we didn't see this.
Harika with the black pieces, I think, has gone via the French Tarish, if I'm not mistaken.
French, right?
Yeah, French Tarish, I think. This has come from the French Tarish. Shall we play through the moves, or shall we just stick to the Layout?
Yeah, maybe we can quickly browse through the moves. Yeah, I think
we can quickly do that, right? So e4, e6, d4, d5, and knight d2, c5. So we have the Tarish on the board. E d5, queen d5, d into c5, knight f6. Temporarily delaying it, but this pawn's anyways weak, guys. So it'll be captured a moment or two later. Queen into c5.
Yeah.
Normally would capture with the bishop, but this the idea is like the bishop belongs much better on e7. So queen into c5 as an idea being played out in the recent times. Bishop d3, knight d7, castle, bishop e7, rook e1, then castle, knight e4. And now we see the point of this move, knight d7, because now after capturing soon, this knight can come to f6 and relocate itself. So that's the point of playing knight d7 earlier. Knight f6. And
Just
okay, she plays bishop f6 though. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little interesting. I was thinking maybe she will go knight f6 and play it out, but bishop f6, knight g5, and the bishop has been lost immediately. If you play h6, I think knight h7 would pop in here, maybe. Maybe it could be interesting, right, Neeraj? Like,
Yeah.
and after this, it's bishop g5, knight c5.
Yeah, knight h7. I think white would have gone knight h7 for h6 over there.
Exactly, she would win the bishop anyways. And after bishop f1, we have a game here. What do you think, Nandi? What do you think about the position? It's the material is equal.
I think black will have to play b6, bishop b7 at some point.
Yeah. I now just elaborating on her idea. I also was considering the bishop d7, bishop c6. So
Yeah.
you know, my question is, do I need to go b6 because I probably allow something like a4, a5 in future? It's something that I would definitely think about. I wouldn't blindly just go b6, bishop b7.
Yeah, but I just considered b6 because he's defending c5 and keeping the c file open. So I just considered it in that way. I thought maybe bishop on b7. I just considered that to be my first idea.
So Anurag, how would you evaluate these two moves? Bishop d7 followed. Okay, bishop d7 does not come immediately, right? Does it? Bishop d7.
Yeah. So one thing, like, that's what I was going to say. E5 also is another plan right away, and she has played e5 on the board. But like putting the bishop on this diagonal seems like a good idea. Either this way or via bb7. Maybe black has to be a little bit worried about bishop e7 popping in here, though. So that could be. On the reasons where Humpy went with, Harika went with e5, and she can either relocate the bishop to f5, e6, or also use the idea of maybe getting the knight out to e6, driving this bishop away and capturing some key squares like d4 or f4. Could be happening on the board, but we'll quickly look at.
I like knight e6 idea because the knight on c5 is not doing much. So getting the knight into the game,
knight into the game. Does seem like a good idea, indeed. Yes. Let's have a look at Prag's game and see what is happening here.
And in the chat we have Balkishan A from Karnataka. So Balkishan is a good friend of ours. So Balkishan, welcome to the stream. If it's your first time, glad to have you here. And namaste to you as well. Anurag, actually, maybe just before touching upon this game, could we just go back to the Vidit game? Because it looks like Nepo is taking forever to make a move, and Vidit still has more than 15 minutes.
Exactly, yes. What is happening here, guys? Like after 94, looks like white is in good shape here, and this is Vidit's move now. He has taken forever, so you can see the time difference. Like it's 10 minutes. So white is a pawn up, and I think if you castle, maybe knight e2 check comes in.
You can't castle because of knight e2.
Yeah. No, it's still interesting, Neeraj. Like the variation of the king h1, knight into c1, and can we go bishop d7?
Bishop d7.
The pyramid king is pretty
just
weak
saw that
here.
After saying, yeah.
Yeah, but I see that there's one problem actually. I'll just highlight that. Suppose you go with castle first, maybe black can change the mode. rook f8 first, attack the queen, and then maybe come with knight e2. So I think Vidit is thinking about it. Surely looks good for us here in this one though, with the top board, the captain playing. I think he has taken his responsibility today. Maybe come up with something special. Let's see if he can convert it from here on. What do you think? Any guesses for moves, guys, in the chat? Once again, thank you for joining us here. And if you haven't, then do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. And yes, if you have any predictions or any moves, definitely you can put it here in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Like he does play a very uneven chess and does tend to play some dubious moves also. Sometimes we have seen him in the candidates also. We have seen him in Magnus Carlsen Invitational tournaments also, where he had a lot of uneven positions like this on the board. Yeah.
How about something like rook d1 first?
Attacking this knight on d4. Are you not
And
worried
for
about...
Knight b5, rook d7.
Yeah, rook d7, and that's a strong mating net, guys. Queen g7, queen f7. So Nani's idea is rook d1. If the knight moves, then we can get rook d7, and g7 is very difficult to stop in this position. Seems like a very nice idea here by Nandi. Are we going to be a little bit concerned about knight c2 check though, or is that something we have?
Just move the king.
Yeah,
maybe
but where
that is
maybe
too ambitious. I don't know.
No, maybe it's not ambitious actually. I think king e2.
King e2 is what I thought. Yeah, and I thought I could all if
he goes bishop d7.
I like this move, bishop d7.
d7.
Yeah, because I think Nandi, like when we go for that rook d1 idea, knight c2, king e2 is met with rook f8, and then the queen will start retreating behind because f2 is weak, right?
Yeah, rook f8. Yeah, I missed rook f8 there. I just thought king e2 and I'm doing fine.
We had Aryan, we had Saurav give out moves. I think Rohit Gawas got the move correct. Bishop d7 was played by Vidit.
Amazing, guys. I think the next move I have a guess is c5 in this position.
Yeah, it looked like for rook f8, c5 had to be played, right? But c5, queen a6. Are we missing something? No, queen takes
queen
d4.
a6. And then queen takes d4 is coming just in time. Yes, correct. You're right about it. But c5, black can definitely think of playing queen takes c5 maybe. Supporting this f8 rook, and after rook takes c5, play rook takes f6.
We can play queen g6 there,
right? No.
In between. Okay.
Oh, Nandini is being very miserly here. She doesn't even want to give a pawn. Wow, that's... Yeah.
Oh, shit. That is not what happened on the board, guys. So bishop d7 and rook
guys,
f8. Excellent.
That is definitely not what happened.
Excellent click there. Excellent. Completely. And okay, after c5, that's one possibility. One probable move, c5 on the board.
I think you can in fact play it on the board, right? Can you just play the move c5 on the board? Let's just have a look.
Not really. Like then the game resets.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can just let's just play the move and see.
It's guessing the moves. He plays queen e5 though, and then your guess, like exactly. I got a thing here. I get that, guessing the moves on chess.com. I think so. Queen e5 played out. Now c5 definitely is a strong threat. Does black have any tactic that white needs to worry about?
I think f2 is something that you have to be concerned about constantly.
Knight does not have a good score.
Exactly.
If the knight, just imagine the knight has a square. It doesn't have a square, but just say it had a square. We still had queen into e6 or bishop into e6.
No, I mean, I meant a check. Okay, here obviously knight c2 check can be met with rook takes c2.
And f2 is defended.
Yeah, that defends the f2 square, guys. So that's not a tactic which works. Rook takes f2, by the way, is met with king takes f2. And if you go knight c6, discovered attack, white can also get c5 in between here, attacking black's queen. So that is not going to work. So one probable choice may be something like b3, because white still is having some difficulties castling with knight e2 popping in, but I'm not sure about it. I think Vidit looks in good shape, and considering that he's having the time advantage and Nepo is spending a lot of time here, seems like maybe he has caught him somewhere, and that's a good sign for us Indians. Let's take a quick look at Harikrishna's game, because apparently he is also leading on time. We can see that after c1
here as well.
5 minutes to 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. We see that. We'll just knight takes e5, knight d7, and followed by bishop f6. That's exactly what happened on the board. Met with b4. Knight e5 is very interesting though. The immediate threat is d takes c4, exploiting this queen's positioning on this diagonal. So white captures
c5. Bishop is like a sniper.
Yeah, a big long gun here, targeting on this diagonal. And after cd5, white plays rook ac1, black captures ab4. And ultimate taking his time, I think, is deciding whether you should go ab4 or bishop e4.
Yeah. Anurag, I think bishop into b4 creates slightly more imbalance as compared to a takes b4, right?
Yes.
Like a pawn structure imbalance probably would just slightly increase the chance of getting a result. So do you think he probably would be even spectating on and off, some other boards just to keep track of what exactly is happening?
I don't know if they're allowed to do that or what exactly is the situation,
No,
guys.
no, I
I'm not
mean,
really
you're
sure.
certainly allowed. You're certainly allowed. By the way, Anurag, we do have rook takes f2 played by, I guess we do have rook takes f2 played in that game.
And coming
So
to
what
the-
have we missed?
Pallavi said for that variation which he spoke about queen c5, she said bishop into e6. Bishop e6 is possible. I think queen g6 is not required there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Pallavi, you're right there.
Bishop into e6 is possible indeed. Okay, but coming to this board, guys, like what are we missing out on? Like king into f2. If you play if you play knight c6, clearly c5 is coming along unless we are missing out on something crazy here. Are we?
How about knight f3?
Knight
check?
f3 was going to be met with c5. I calculated that. Like it's not forced to capture king takes f3. Like that variation is pretty interesting. King takes f3 and black gets rook f8 and the king is pretty weak.
But I still think White's king is doing pretty well. You can go to g4.
You
and
can
for
go to
h5
g4 also. Like
you can go to g4, and for h5 check you have king h3. As exposed as my king may look, it is pretty safe on h3. You know.
I really think White will be having a great advantage after king f2, and Nepo is actually used to play such positions.
Yeah.
What is this? Like, this looks like a blunder, guys. Like, I think I don't understand what is happening. Are you able to make sense of it? We are not using engine, guys, so bear with us here. We are not going to use engine. We're trying to guess it ourselves. And after king f2 c5 popping in, feels like Nepo has blundered here, in my opinion. But
yeah, it just feels king takes f2 should be winning, right? Unless we are missing something drastically here.
King f2. What if rook f8 first?
Rook
yeah,
f8.
then the king
I can just go
back.
king g3.
No, king g3,
king
knight
e1,
e2 check is coming.
f3.
Okay, that would be.
Oh, okay. So I get the idea now, guys. So rook f8 check. If you go king c1, then there is knight f3 check. What a brilliant resource. Sorry.
Oh, and a perpetual.
And queen e3 check popping and giving a perpetual here. So white will have to be very careful. Let's say he goes king g3. Is knight e2 check good enough though? That's something worth calculating. So king f2, rook f8, king g3 is the only move if you want to play for a win. And knight e2 check looks risky for white actually. Maybe not a blunder after all. Maybe some interesting calculation going on here.
Yeah, knight e2 for king h3 again. Knight f4 is also possible.
Yeah, but then king g4 and you don't have any immediate check. You have h5.
I have one.
Okay,
I have one move which I find out. Queen.
Yeah.
Anurag, just listen to this variation which I just kind of found. Just tell me if it makes sense. King takes f2, rook f8 check.
Yes.
King g3, knight e2 check.
Okay.
King h3, knight f4 check.
King h3 and then knight f4 check. Okay, but why knight f4, Neeraj? Okay, knight f4, fine.
Then king g4, h5 check.
Yeah.
King g5, queen d8 check.
King h6.
King h6.
And king h6.
Yeah, king h6.
There's a pawn on h5.
There's a pawn on h5, Andy. So forgetting. Yeah, but Neeraj, I think somewhere you're going wrong here. But the point, like after king f2, rook f8, king g3, let's say knight e2 check, king h3, I can come with queen e3 check in between, right?
And then what if I go g3?
I have knight f4 check to play with, or I can play queen h6 check also there. I have to figure it. Queen h6 may not be the best, but knight f4 check. Very close, guys. And I was thinking in this position, to be honest with you, bishop takes e6 check was one more move possible here, guys. So the point is that after, let's say, queen takes e6, you can just snap that queen and take the rook on f2. And if black takes queen takes e6, he takes knight takes e6, then my point was I can interfere with c5 here.
c5.
Knight takes c5, met with queen d5 check, attacking and forking this. Very complicated, but I don't know if it really works or what.
Okay,
would be really interesting.
Anurag, he's actually played even rook f8, what we were talking about.
Yes. So I think safe to say that Vidit either goes for the draw with king e1, if that is what he's intending, or he has to go for the challenge with king g3.
Or does he have something else?
But he has brought Vidit down on time. Nepo has brought Vidit down on time now.
Anurag,
just having a 2-minute.
Does king e3 work in this position? It may look a little crazy, but does it work?
King e3.
King e3.
So knight c6.
No, knight c6 has c5, right?
King e3 is very crazy, Neeraj. That's that guy.
I,
I
I
need
mean,
to play
you
the
have to
knight f
consider knight c2, and then
or
I go
knight
king
f5.
d2.
Knight c2, yeah.
No, knight
King
c2, you
d2.
cannot go king d2, Neeraj. King d2 will not work.
Why not?
I have rook f2 check coming in.
And then king d1. Okay, there's a perpetual again.
Wait, in
No,
that
you will
case,
probably
knight
get
c2, is knight c2 necessary there?
knight
What
c2.
is
You will have to
black?
go king d3, guys.
Knight f5?
Interesting complications on the board here. So we're
Queen
trying
f2.
to figure it out ourselves. He took the rook, yes, but after rook f8, king e3 is what he goes for. Surprising there.
God.
So knight
My
c2, he'll
God.
go king d3 in this position for sure. That's the only move I can see. And after king d3, what is really happening?
Guys, this is crazy. So we are going to stay on this game.
Yeah, we're
I
going to
know
stay
we are
on this
not
game for sure.
paying attention to the other games, but I think this game would be massive in the context of this result, right?
Yeah.
Direct c5. Well,
King top 10, king g3 probably. We did analyze king g3 and we thought black is having counterplay. I thought king e3, knight f5.
yeah. So
Yeah, this
something
complicates
similar
quite
to
a
what I
lot,
said.
like on the board. Like,
Wow.
I'm not really sure what is happening, guys. King d3 is the only move here. You cannot go king d2 because there is queen f2.
Why are we not?
Let me tell you, king d3. My point was queen e3,
King
queen
c2?
e3 check,
King
king
c2?
c2, knight d4
I'm
check.
worried
King
about b3 here. Like, okay, knight c2, knight d4 is what he
We
goes
have
for.
moves played.
And here,
King b1.
d3, rook f2 or queen d3 first. I was
That's
just thinking
bishop
of
e6,
No,
90. Like, I think that's
bishop
not.
takes e6
Okay,
should be just
bishop
about
is
fine.
there. So there should be something else then.
Okay, bishop takes e6 also.
Wow.
We have not really considered Neeraj. Like, rook f2 could be very crazy here. It could work out. You never know because after bishop takes e6, king f8, there is still not a mate there on the board. I mean, it gets
Okay, at
very
least it's
crazy,
safe to
very
say that-
crazy.
So his king can run to h6 if he gets a chance. Black king.
Okay. By the way, in the
Extremely
chat,
crazy.
we are getting the news that Humpy's game is also interesting. So, on a quick switch and then we come back.
Quick switch and we come back here, guys. Like
Is Humpy winning?
not
I think
not really
Generally-
very difficult to win these
generally,
positions.
I think the pawn on e4 is
With-
creating problems.
I think more like h4, h takes g3 would be problematic for white. But white is not losing for sure. White has 0% chance of losing.
Unless Humpy blunders, which I hope doesn't happen in this game. But I think white cannot lose this. But white is going to have a very difficult time to find out a winning plan. Because okay, like you need to get rid of this queen to push this pawn. So moment you try something like rook c5, in comes queen d3, and then it's not very easy for white to get things going in this.
Okay.
It's interesting.
So I think maybe here we probably will not be getting the win, but on Vidit's board we probably could.
Here also things look
Harikrishna's
very good for
game-
us, guys, because a pair of bishops
Yeah.
to play with. So Hari is
Okay,
definitely
this-
better here, slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly better positionally. So
Very comfortable.
again, thus far we have not seen a single board where we can really lose. We'll come back to
Yeah.
Vidit's game in a second. And here also, Harika has equalized pretty nicely.
she-
I think
She
this
will
should
hold
be.
her fort.
I think she should be able to hold her draw pretty easily in this position too.
Yeah.
And if you go to Prak's game, okay, Prak's game is a little bit interesting, but I still
I
feel
think
like
white
white
can
is.
Yeah, if white can deal with the a5 weakness, right? I think white is doing pretty good even after rook b7, knight d5. I think white is better, Anurag.
Yeah,
What are
even
your
I feel
thoughts?
like white is better slightly, guys. So I'm really excited to see all the
Wow.
game boards. We see that
This
our side is doing better
this-
than nearly all the boards, actually. Let's take a quick
This
peek at
turning out-
Divya's game.
very good, yeah.
Is Divya, what is happening here? Like, are we winning a pawn or black? It's white's move. White
I
can
just-
definitely.
Yeah, it is white to play, but I just was about to ask you this. Are we getting carried away with emotions, or are the positions actually completely in India's favor?
The
in the sense
positions.
that we are comfortable on every board. It feels like we are comfortable, right?
We are
Yeah.
comfortable on nearly every board, guys. Like, I don't think Humpy has a Humpy cannot really lose that. Elegant 6, I think we already see that the bishops have gone off the board. This is kind of a fortress, guys. Very easy to hold a draw here.
Yeah.
So, Hari Krishna also. Plus, let's stick to
Vidit's
Vidit's game. So,
Yes.
exactly what we said happened, guys. And he played rook f2 fearlessly here. And if there is no mate here, then things get crazy. Now, black's immediate idea is to play rook into a2, king e2, and then queen a3 followed by queen b3 is a perpetual
Yeah.
at the
Do
least.
you think Vidit missed something somewhere?
Well, if he has
It
missed it,
looked
he at
like
least.
no. I'm saying, do you think Vidit missed anything in these in the last 2-3 moves? Did he miss a winning idea somewhere? Because all of a sudden, a black is looks like he's having the initiative. Like, I mean, he's having more play on the board all of a sudden.
Yeah, but white can
So
like white is a rook up, right? So black, if he gets a mate going, it's okay. But I can see queen into a5 possible here, which defends all the ideas. Like it's crazy, but I
No,
think it can
Anurag, I
defend
think
it.
queen into a5 would be a blunder. Knight b3 check is possible, right?
And
yeah,
a into
knight
b3
b3
and queen d4. Wow, that's a nice find there. Queen b2 is coming as a mate, unfortunately. What about c5 here? Is that possible? Realistically?
Oh, for c5. Oh, yeah, actually for c5. Okay, you want to defend the a2 pawn with the e6 bishop. Not a bad attempt, actually, right?
Not a bad attempt, right? And if you take knight takes e6 to clear out that bishop, then instead of capturing queen takes e6, I'll just play queen d6 and exchange the queens off the board.
Okay, but what about this, Anurag? For c5, if black goes b3.
c5 if you play b3, yeah, that's something worth finding. I can do bishop takes b3, Neeraj. Right? Or is that too much?
Yeah, and then knight takes knight. Oh, knight takes b3 always has no. Knight takes b3.
Queen b8. I cannot play queen b8.
No,
Is
knight
not
takes,
not
takes
check.
b3 is check.
So what I'll do is after b3, right, Neeraj, I will play queen b8 check first.
Okay.
And then capture on bishop takes b3. Very crazy, guys. I don't think white can lose here. King g7, bishop takes b3.
Bishop takes b3.
queen d4.
No, I have to move the knight from d4 first, right? So okay, so that is interesting.
Yeah, it's very crazy, right? The defense coming in, guys. Exciting game here. Thank you for joining us and tuning in here today. If you haven't, then hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It would be really helpful. Okay. We will stick on this board because this is the most exciting game.
c5 defending a2. Yeah, that's what we were calculating, Balu. That's exactly what we were calculating.
Yeah, now he also mentioned c5 earlier, like directly c5.
Okay.
Playing these. Maybe Vidit missed something somewhere. I just have an inner feeling that Vidit missed something, but I don't really know.
One small interruption here, guys, we will be taking a closer look at this immediately after the game. So don't worry, we'll get to your variations. Stick around, we'll get to your variations immediately after the games are over on the analysis boards. But at the moment, let's stick to the live games because Prague is down to 20 seconds, guys. What is happening?
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, we lost the pawn. Oh. And now we are in a bad shape, guys.
This doesn't look good.
No, but I think white can equalize with knight c5 pretty easily here. I don't think we are worse. He goes rook a7 though. Okay, he's going for the a6 pawn.
A6 pawn is falling, right?
Yes,
but generally in these kind of positions, it just feels like the bishop can do much more than but unfortunately for black, the bishop doesn't have the c5 square.
The knight is defending b2 very nicely. So
what about c3 here, guys? See, is c3 something that is interesting, or is it a big fat blunder here?
c3 can't quite just capture.
Rook a2. I think Anurag is looking for that, right?
Yes, I was trying to get bishop b6 going on the board here, but I think white has knight c5 just in time. So I think Prague is able to hold this because you cannot go bishop b6 because knight d7, some forks coming in here. Once again, guys, we cannot really play it out on the board, but we will definitely look at it immediately after the games. We have a lot of exciting games actually. Oh, Humpy's game also looks very interesting. Yeah, you were saying, Nandi? Should I go back to that board?
I use c3 in that position.
c3, knight takes b2, rook takes a6.
d5.
No, d5. But why would you want to
knight d5 a checkmate threat? So then I want to capture rook into a6.
Oh, that makes sense as well.
That makes sense as well. Exactly. So c3, knight takes c3 is what Nandi is saying. But we'll wait on that because Humpy's game is getting really exciting here. Because I think we see some improvement.
I would like to believe that Humpy is better.
I think Humpy is winning, guys, because
always I've been...
Queen g5 is not possible.
Queen g5 is not... I don't know where exactly things went wrong here, but Humpy...
Queen h4 is not possible.
Queen e5 takes care of it. So rook f7, king h8, you don't have rook h8, the queen covers that square. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just going to keep pushing the pawn now. What is black going to do? Now maybe
h5. Come on, let's go h5. Yes, h5. I think we are good
guys,
here.
Unless Humpy could be winning.
I think
Humpy could be winning.
Humpy should be winning. Humpy is winning,
Humpy is winning for sure, guys, because I think she's already in a zugzwang here. And this pawn is just promoting.
A while ago when I said Humpy was better, generally the perception is that when you have the two rooks and a passed pawn against a queen, right? the two rooks generally find a way. So
Yeah.
it just, I mean, it was difficult, but it felt like there should be some chances. And here, I think we could be getting it. Humpy's win would be a huge. Okay, by the way, Vidit's game has ended in a draw, guys.
We'll have a look at
All
that,
the
guys.
anticipation there. Vidit has gone for the perpetual check.
So
Okay.
Humpy will be our keyboard right
Yeah.
now.
Humpy
is
will
our
be one
key.
of the key boards where we'll be pressing, and hopefully all the other boards are doing fine. She goes for g4. That's aggressive, but I can just capture g4 and simply be winning here.
H into G4.
I think more than aggressive, it's desperate.
It's desperate. I
having
mean, black
moves.
needs to do something here, guys, and I think it's not going to be
for,
enough. I think
Black. What can Black do?
black can now
There are
capture
no
maybe.
chains, there's nothing happening.
Okay, now we have rook f8 and this should be winning. Or no, this pawn is hanging. Yeah, sorry. I think we need to first defend it with king h3.
You can just go king h3.
Yeah, queen a7 on the board. I think that allows even b6, right? Or is that too much? No, queen e3 is actually b6
Humpy
was
does
interesting
difficult
here,
thing.
right? Queen b6, rook f7.
Actually,
Is that
I
not a
think,
mate? Rook g8, king h6, and rook g6 was a mate, guys. b6 was possible here. I think Humpy missed out.
That's a
Well,
nice mating pattern. Yes, I was a mate, but she's not. She's playing on seconds, so understandable.
So
But
Humpy
she should be
should
able
not
to
miss out on
convert
any
this.
perpetual here. That's the worry here. Hopefully no perpetual or something is
Yeah,
mixed up.
Ayush, we will have a look at the Nepo Vidit game. We will have a look at the Vidit-Nepo game. Do not worry.
Okay.
By the way, we have another result. Elegance Rix, Harika's game has ended in a draw as well.
Yeah, we can take a quick
So,
look at that. Harika has ended in a draw. We'll go back to
yes.
Humpy's game.
Okay,
Stick
so
around
I think
here.
it was drawish all the way.
I think now we have some perpetual coming in, guys. That's a little bit of a worry now. What just happened here?
What did she just allow? Or
she just allowed a perpetual here, guys. I think so. Queen d1 check
Oh
is a
my God.
perpetual, and I think she will try to gain some time. But does she agree to a draw immediately? Oh no, that's unfortunate, guys. Like we have a draw here.
Oh
We'll look
my
at this
God.
game, guys. We'll look at this game. This is completely winning. I think the
Okay,
key
so
moment was
this
right here.
clear winning. Anurag
b6
just
was
showed the
immediately
mating
winning.
pattern.
Queen into b6 was
Yeah.
met with rook f7. Then comes rook h8
King
check.
h6.
Rook
Okay.
g8 check
Post.
back, and then rook g6 is a mate. But we'll have a
Wow.
look at that in a moment. Let's stick to the live boards and see what Parag
We
is up
have
to.
another. We have. Okay, yeah. No, we did speak about Harika. I'm sorry. We did
Yeah,
speak about Harika.
we'll just see
So-
this board. Very interesting now. Bishop d4, we have rook takes f7 falling. So things are getting a little spicy here. I think it's white who's playing for a win.
Yeah.
Okay. Rook takes f7.
Let's hope one
white,
of the boards.
White is definitely better here because a pawn up. So surely Parag cannot lose this, but he might actually be winning actually after rook f5 coming in on the board.
Yeah.
I think maybe white is immediately
Right.
winning also.
Might
Rook
be
f5
winning
check.
too.
The king
Goes
cannot
rook
come
f5
up.
check.
King
Smart
cannot come
move.
up here, guys. Can he? Or do we have a mate pattern
think-
here?
I think he can, but h3 check is strong, right? Yeah, okay. I think this could be winning. Generally, with an isolated e pawn like this, it could be winning.
Yeah, rook f7.
Anurag, I think we'll quickly just move to another board as well, just to keep a check. Divya. Okay,
Divya
it's
is
equal.
Divya is equal here. It's a little bit risky because the king is weak and the squares
Yeah.
here along the king are a little bit weak. But queen c5 helps
Recently-
king. I think
Very recently, I played a position very similar to this in the national championships against international master Nubair Shah Sheikh.
okay.
With an out, he had an outside pass pawn like this, and it was a knight against a bishop. Yeah,
But I think maybe Black should be able to hold this, right?
Yeah, black should be able
it
to
gets
hold this.
tricky.
It
But
gets
it
a
gets
little
tricky
tricky.
with the opponent having a knight, right?
Exactly. The knight can do a lot of tactics on the board and it does get a little tricky. Annoying, I would say. Knight f5 now popping in here.
Yeah, Akshaya, Humpy drew. It's a shocker. She missed, I think, like a mate in 5 or forced mate in 5 or 6.
We don't have queen d7. Exactly. This is where things can go wrong, guys. Like, you have some tactics. And queen endgame is maybe difficult for black to hold here. g6 played out, knight h6.
Yeah.
Queen b4 check is what she goes for. King here, and the knight is coming closer towards the... What is happening, actually?
The knight comes closer. What is
Maybe
really
white just
happening
plays
there?
queen b3. Actually,
No,
queen
white can
b3 was much
actually-
smarter
No.
there.
Not king e6, yeah. King e6 and queen d5
Captures
next.
and then maybe queen
This
b.
looks
Okay,
like
yeah,
a bad. I
queen
think
b5
knight e4 is forced.
Okay, then knight e4 is forced, yeah.
Yeah,
Knight
with queen
c4.
d5. I think here
Queen d5, exactly. After queen d5, it
f3
king,
is forced.
king h3.
At least we
Okay,
have
she's going to
this.
gain some time.
gain at least a few seconds maybe here.
Yeah. By the
think
way,
maybe
guys, we have another result. Hari Krishna has drawn his game. Hari Krishna has drawn his game against Artemiev.
okay. So thus far,
So
all the games are ending in a draw. Let's see if these two
yeah,
boards can give us something. Humpy's result would have been really critical and useful
what?
for us.
Arnav says, Anurag, could you maybe just switch to Prag's game? Oh, we have a draw here, guys. So we anyway switch to Prag. He says Prag is losing.
No. Prague is definitely not losing here, guys. Prague is definitely not losing,
Arnav
but
just scared the shit out of all of us.
I think, but we
Okay,
could
this
have a
is
very well
draw.
have a draw here, guys, in the first game.
Yeah,
I don't think after
this
King
is a
G3 we have a King G3 is coming, right? Why would Prague play G4
I
here?
think
Even
no.
H into G4.
H take G4 is a
Yeah,
draw
but
as
King
well.
G3 makes things difficult for black, right? For white, right? You're losing the pawn now by force, I think. But I think his opponent missed out on that.
Yeah.
So could we just go back and quickly
Okay,
like
but
have a
bishop
look?
check was anyway always a draw with a rook spawn, right?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
just gets a little bit annoying with now
Yeah.
white going to be a
No,
pawn down.
we were just about to. We were just winning this game. Just
I think
winning.
I think India would be the more
Let's say
the
unlucky.
team the team which is more upset.
Upset. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
actually,
like to call
that's
it
true.
lucky, but I think
Yeah.
if a particular team felt that they had the match in their favor, I think India would be more disappointed with this
Games.
result.
One is Humpy's game. One is
With it.
Vidit's game.
Yeah.
So let's just
And
quickly
in fact, if you
get
go
it
to
on
see
the
the players
analysis
in the
board,
black
guys.
boxes, Hari Krishna was comfortable all along. Harika was comfortable all along as well. So I think
Anurag, you could also just update the scores. Maybe they're 1-1. How would you put it?
1 minute, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
or we can just put the score 3-3, right?
3-3. Yeah, I can just put it as 3-3 in fact.
Guys, we are going to be analyzing the position of Vidit as well as Humpy. We'll probably just show you what could have transpired. And India missed a golden opportunity to go ahead. Probably we should have got 2 wins. Vidit seemed to be winning at a point, and Humpy was definitely winning. And it's always the case when your opponent has a queen. You just have to be careful about these perpetual checks. Very annoying.
Very
Humpy
annoying.
was in a very
indeed,
strong
yes.
position. Yeah, Sandeep, basically she was very close to winning. Actually, she was extremely close to just winning.
She's almost there. Almost.
As you can see on the score here, guys, like all the games have ended in the draw. Once again, you can look at my finger. I think all the games have ended in the draw. It's a 3-3, and I'm putting the scores here at the moment. But okay, the score at the moment on this will be 1-1, and let's just quickly show you the results, and then we will move on to analysis.
Yeah. Yes, Ayush, do not worry. We will be having a look at that position. We will be analyzing it.
Yes. So you can see here, all the games have ended in a draw. And that's it, guys. So the guys who are joining in newly, definitely hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. That'd be really helpful and would draw more people. Be really good and would help support us grow. Now, I think... shall we move on to the analysis, Neeraj? How much time do we have until the next game?
I think we have people very eager.
Yeah.
We have around 20 minutes or at least around 15 minutes.
So about it's about 5:12 right now, and 5:30 are the next games going to start. We have about 18 minutes, a good 15 to 20 minutes, let's say.
Yeah.
So we will have a look at the games now. These are this, and the moment the pairings come out, we will get them on the screen too. So let's just go and move on to analysis now and look at, first we'll look at the critical moments, and I think with it we'll take a look at the entire game, right? I think Humpy, let's just show the mate, or shall we go through the entire game, Neeraj? What do you think?
I think we'll just go to the position where the rooks and we'll go through the queen versus double rook endgame, I think.
And again, Abhinay, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinay. Thanks a lot. Whatever support you give us here will definitely go towards bettering our stream. And okay, so let's have a look here in this. And actually, we'll start from this position. Let's look at it from Humpy's side. And okay, 94, 95. We had a lot of complications here. Wonder what is happening in this. After knight g4, there was a lot of imbalance. Initially, you would always want to take queen takes 8 and then maybe put pressure here with the 2 bishops on the board. But Lano opts otherwise. And after ab5, bishop d5, queen c7, like again, once again, b into c5 would be the normal choice. There's a c3 pawn hanging. But I think after you capture c3, maybe white also has some reverse tactics like rook f7 maybe, and queen b3, and you can win the c3 knight. Maybe that's what was a little bit scary for Lano. And I don't know if this is preparation, but that will need a lot of deeper thought into it. After queen c7, cb6, queen into b6, queen e2, e6, bishop b3, bishop b7. We had seen it until here after bishop c2, and b4 played out on the board. Are you there with me, Neeraj?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at this. Rook b1, bishop into c3, a3, rook d8 with the idea of rook d2 coming in, into
Got the B
b4.
fast one.
And yes, I think we got some tactical resources here by Humpy. And after rook d2 comes queen f3. So no time to capture here because we have a mate coming in
Queen
straight
F7.
away. So black played f5 here. Again, so many tactical resources being utilized. Rook f2, rook into c2, rook into c2, bishop into e4. And this is where the change in the position happened because white took on
Here
e4.
comes queen.
And then we
rook
have
takes e3.
Yeah,
exactly.
so this was the endgame we were looking at, and I think we will go in depth a bit in this endgame to where Humpy has missed her chances.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
I think this endgame, technically speaking, should be winning for white.
I say practically speaking.
No, technically, I'm not sure, Neeraj. Practically, it's always white who is pressing. Black will never be pressing for a win here in this position. But the queen can be so resourceful. The king is weak. It's not having enough shelter. The queen can be very resourceful and can easily hold a draw in such positions. So let's see what happened actually.
I thought technically it's winning. Practically, you've got to be a little careful of the checks and all that. So that's what I thought,
Technically,
Practically,
also, I'm not really sure, Neeraj. Very difficult
Okay.
to immediately make a technically, positionally, of course, we are winning. White is definitely materially up here, but yeah, maybe the words were not put in properly. Practically, maybe it's very difficult for white. After h4,
Okay, the current
gh4.
score, Rishikesh Kulkarni, the current score is 3-3. Anurag, I thought you just updated it on the stream. So could you maybe just
I'll
do
just
it?
update it again here on this scene also, guys. Sorry about it. Completely forgot. So 3-3, we have a draw in the first match. Very exciting. And we have about 15 minutes to go until the next match. So let's do a recap of the games and figure out what we did miss, because we had a good position in nearly all the games. After queen f5, h3, queen f6. Okay, so queen f3 check as king h2, and there is absolutely no check after this. White is on his way. So black tries to complicate things with queen f6, rook c8. And this was the position. I think rook c8 was missed out by white. I think now white is completely winning after rook f2 because black does not have time to capture here.
Yeah.
Rook h8 immediately wins the queen. So black played queen e5. Now rook f7 will not work because the queen is supporting that square. So after b5, queen b5,
Yeah,
idea
actually,
is very...
okay.
Idea
Yeah,
is very...
actually, you remember we spoke about that rook c5 move. Even Balkishan is saying the same thing. But I wanted to tell you earlier, but I didn't get the chance. When we
Here?
discussed earlier, when the queen is on b5, I'm talking. When did it go to b5?
h5 and then g4.
No,
and
no.
I'm
Little
okay.
earlier on.
I don't know. I was when the
okay,
queen
here.
was on b5. Yeah. No, I was like, remember we discussed rook c5, queen d3,
Yeah.
and I was also thinking queen f2, king f2 is kind of possible. Even Balkishan,
Yes.
I think he's talking about this
But
position.
queen d1,
So-
queen f3, and queen h1 ideas are pretty strong, right?
Okay.
Yes, so this is
Sounds-
going to be a little bit of a problem, Nandi. Like the queen is
Yeah.
very resourceful in this, so it can be a little
Yeah,
bit of a
that becomes-
problem.
Yeah.
So sticking to the live game, actually, after this, rook into rook c8 and rook f2, queen e5, white is definitely winning here, guys. Like 100%. Like
Here,
this is a
white
winning
should be
position.
winning, right?
So b5, if you
Yeah,
capture,
this
you
is
know
it.
what is
B5
the
is
job. The pawn is on his way, and I think here black did the right thing. You have to go for counterplay. You cannot just sit around here. h5, that was a nice move. g4, giving up a pawn. I think black doesn't really have much that black can do. You just try something like this, the pawn is on its way. So probably black realized that, again for g4, and after g4, found queen g7, attacking this pawn. White went with king h3, and here queen a7, and here we have the important critical moment. I think b6 is immediately winning here in this position, guys.
Yeah.
Or at least it is better. Like, if the queen takes b6, we have rook f7, and this is the mate we were talking about.
This is a forced checkmate.
And then comes rook g6, which is a forced
Okay,
mate.
let me just mention This exact checkmate pattern is the first example in the mating patterns chapter in Boost Up Your Chess.
Exactly,
It's
is
the
it?
first
That's
chapter of the book, and this is the exact first pattern in that book. So you guys should definitely go through that.
definitely noteworthy there. So this pattern is coming on the board, guys. And after this, Black's only idea will be Queen A1 maybe, so that at least now
Yeah.
we don't have Rook H8 check coming in. But do we have G5 or can we make it work? Maybe not. Can we do something simple here? Like
Anurag,
maybe
I I was thinking in that position after you go. Okay, no, sorry. Rook F7 has King H6.
Okay, in this position, I have another. No, it's not working.
Do we just have the simple Rook C2?
do we have the simple B7? Like no, Queen H1 check is
Why?
coming. So can we go B7 here and finish it? Is the king able to run away?
Pattern, right? So why are we trying to find other moves?
Because Black has not taken the pawn. Black is playing Queen A1.
Okay, you're Queen A1. Okay, fine.
Queen A1. And I was wondering what is the mate pattern here? Guys in the chat, you can definitely let us know if you have any ideas also I'm missing out on.
How about Rook C7 here?
King comes out to H6. That isn't... Ah, okay. You have... No, we don't have Rook F6. The queen is doing... that's what the queen is very resourceful in that sense. I think B7, could we make it work? After Queen H1, King G3... Queen H1, Rook H2, Queen F3, King here. Or are we running into perpetual? Like, let's have a look at that. Because Black has no time to do this, but is on his way. So, Queen H1 check, Rook H2. If Queen F3, King H4, and G5. And that covers it, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That definitely wins. I think we are winning here. So, Black's only option is Queen F1 check. And then what do we do?
King H4.
King H4, there is Queen E1 check. Ah, we can go this way, I think, right?
Yeah,
can
but
we, like,
that's what I was looking at, because our pawn is on B7 now, so we can even afford to sacrifice the H2 rook, right? But the problem, what I
yeah,
was
the
looking
problem
is on E7, I run into a B4 check, and that is very annoying.
Yeah, this is the
I
check.
lose
I
that
think
pawn.
this check you can go
Yeah.
here, and after queen takes H2, we can easily queen. I think that should be
Yeah.
sufficient enough to win. But
Yeah,
this
there
check is
should
going to be
there
annoying.
should be something else here. There should be something else.
And then can easily
That
lose
should
this
be
pawn maybe.
Vidit-Nepo.
So it's getting annoying.
And guys, you know, just so that everybody knows, you know, a lot of people who ask for the evaluation bar and all. So the point is that an eval bar will just show you the evaluation, you know, a white win. But it's not easy. As you can see, even a grandmaster here would have to sit out and calculate the variations. So this is where ideally some you know, when you do not want to be calculating and when you're going to be between rounds, this is where you use an engine, not in other places in every single position, because it's just not possible. So the eval bar will just show you probably a white win, but how does white win? It's not going to be clear in this position. So that's why we prefer to keep things very simple and do everything by ourselves.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like
actually
Rook F8 was amazing. Somebody in the chat came with Rook C8, very nice resource, because after now you can just shield all the checks at the least. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you another move though. Instead of Rook C8,
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think so, but I just realized the King H4, Queen E1. And I thought then Rook C8, but then the E3 pawn falls. I did not want that. I thought that I could have got something there, but
Why you do not want that? No, I mean, if
No,
black
but
takes E3.
I was thinking Rook F4 and King G5.
No, for queen takes E3, you just have B7. There's not a single check.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
so
I
this
was
also
thinking.
seems like an interesting idea. You can do this definitely
No,
with
actually not Rook C8. My actual idea was first Rook C7 check and Rook F7 was my idea, but maybe Rook C8 is up.
By the way, we missed the super chat by Pallavi. Thanks a ton, Pallavi, for the super chat of
Thank you
1,000
so
rupees.
much,
Means
Thanks
a
a
lot.
lot. Thanks a lot. We have a fellow chess player supporting us here, and we are really glad that we have players in the chat here who are supporting the stream and joining us and tuning in here. Really glad. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a ton, Pallavi. So after this, like Queen E1 and Rook F8, that was a nice idea actually, Nandi. Trying to run away with the Queen. Sometimes this simple moves also can be really worthwhile looking at. The other move, Rook C8, was also interesting. And the plan I was looking at with this, I'm not sure if I can make it work. Maybe not, right? After this, maybe it's a little bit too janky. I like the simple moves, King H4 and Rook C8.
This definitely would not be ideal. You know, you don't want to be running into so many checks and dropping material on the way, because eventually, if you do not get the win, it's going to be hard to even escape the check. So I think
Yeah, something like this is quite
yeah,
nice actually. A nice find there, Andy.
yeah.
So I think this
I
should
think
have
it was
definitely.
Cycris who suggested the move rook c8. So brilliant suggestion there. Just mobilizing the rooks actually, right?
Exactly. I think that's a
So
nice
Anurag,
idea there. Yeah.
I think since we've touched upon this game, maybe could we just quickly before the pairing come, could we just go and
Yeah.
satisfy ourselves
Sells with
about
the
the
Vidit's
Vidit
game,
game
is it?
as
Yeah, the Vidit's game is the most critical one, guys. So we will stick to this position right here. Actually, let's change this. We have a few minutes. We can have a look at Vidit's game because this was the most exciting. After rook takes f2, there were so many things possible. Some of them were playing c5. No, c5 here I think would be not really great, I think, right? I think black has so many things possible. Probably c5 here will not be good. But king takes f2. I was thinking of this idea. Let me just show it quickly. If queen takes e6, we just snap everything and take on f2 here. And if knight takes e6, I had the idea of playing c5, taking away the defense here. Again, this is just an idea, guys. Maybe I'm not really sure if it works. And knight takes e5. If you take queen takes e5, that is not good because then, okay, your king is also not placed and black has two connected
I think
pawns.
black is in fact weak.
Yeah, my idea was queen d5 check, and I can try to do something in this position here.
Yeah,
Again,
but
and
it's too risky, right?
it's risky,
Anurag?
exactly. I do agree with you. It's definitely risky. And king here,
I
I'm
mean,
not really sure whether it's really
White's king
working
feels way
because
more naked than he was when the bishop and the e6 pawn and the other pieces were there.
exactly after rook takes
And
c5,
yeah,
like it's not very
guys,
easy. Like anyways, so black has some
Anurag, just a small
resources.
interruption. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, if you're enjoying the analysis, then please do hit the like button. Let's try to reach 100 likes very soon. And this way, we will be able to reach a lot more people. We can get a lot more people here on the stream. And that would
Exactly.
help us with securing our own country here.
Yes, definitely, guys. That'd be really helpful. And we'll have the pairings up in a couple of minutes, guys. Let's just have a look at this interesting game. Finish it off, and then we'll go and show you the pairings on the board, on the screen. Rook f8 check. Clearly, king g3 also was really interesting. Do we have time, Neeraj? Or let's stick to the main line. King e3 and just quickly wind it up here. Knight f5, king d3.
Yeah.
Queen e3 check, king c2, knight d4. Everything was forced here, guys, after this. And king b1, and then rook queen d3, king a1, and then rook f2. The immediate threat is...
once rook f2 comes, maybe it's already a draw. Maybe before this he missed something. Maybe the king coming to b1 maybe was wrong. I don't know.
Not really,
after
Nandi.
this,
Like that is just forced, right? Like you cannot really stop it anywhere.
Yeah, after this it's a draw that is forced. But before this, maybe something was missed.
I mean, are we sure like it's a draw? Like I have an idea to show, so let's verify that. Queen d3 and rook f2, bishop takes e6, king f8. What about c5 here, guys? Like what do you do for c5? It's crazy, and it's not very easy to go into such variations on the board, definitely. What would you do? So I had this plan, queen b8 check.
Yeah, king g7, bishop takes b3 was what you said.
And I don't see a mate here, so...
Maybe a queen e...
Okay, could you go behind?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you have any idea there? Or we have to think of something else?
The c5 was my move. He definitely took a perpetual there, but I'm not sure. Again, we have not checked it out with the engine, guys.
Could we just, before the next round starts, could we just, to satisfy ourselves, could we just check the evaluation once?
The evaluation is definitely a draw with queen d2, but that is okay. That is okay. Queen d2 is very difficult to see. It's like, what is the point of queen d2? b3, like it's very difficult to see. And maybe Vidit saw this. We are expecting maybe Vidit must have seen this and gone with it. But at the moment, you can see that queen d2 is not really... Okay, it's threatening queen b2 here. Wow. Okay, I completely forgot about that.
Exactly.
Oh my. I forgot about queen b2 coming. I'm wondering whether he's planning b3 next year, but queen b2, okay, I forgot about queen d2
the
completely.
Chat says, please just see c5 instead of rook takes f2.
Rook takes f2.
We are trying to find queen for white here after rook f2.
I didn't get your point, Ayush. You're saying c5.
King into maybe he means.
Instead of king into f2, c5. Yeah, Anurag. Okay, yeah, the move that you suggested, Anurag. Instead of king takes f2, white playing c5 here.
c5 here. That's a little crazy, Ayush,
we did.
like,
Yeah.
Rook e2 check, and then what is the plan? King comes here, is it? Or the king goes here?
I guess.
Okay, king comes here. Okay, so now queen a6, you have queen d4 falling, actually.
Yeah.
That's
we actually, right?
That's not very clear, actually. Okay, maybe this is interesting.
Okay, so we have
Okay, guys, like
Nikhil
after the
sir
yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, sir. It means a lot to us. And he says, "Great going. Me and Wade always enjoy. Please also try to bring guests." Yeah, surely we shall try to do that.
Definitely, guys. Like we will definitely try to bring in more people also to our channel. We're small right now, but your support means a lot. Thanks a lot once again for the super chat. And okay, I think, guys, we are just 2 minutes away, and I think it's time for us to show you the pairings on the
Yeah.
board here. That's more of the need of the hour
So
right now. So let's
Ayush,
just
don't. Queen A6 is forced. Ayush, in that position, Anurag, you can bring up the pairings while I just discuss the position. So if Queen A6 is played, this Queen takes D4, and we saw the position, right? It's not
There's nothing happening
yeah.
basically.
guys, stick around because after the matches are over, once again we'll do a roundup of the games. We are not going anywhere, so we will look at this critical position once again. So do stick around for the entire stream. That'd be really helpful, and we can take a look at your insights also and discuss it
So
nice and easy. Here at the moment, we see that
okay, so
Anand
we
is
have
back in.
Anand is back.
and yeah, Anand
Yeah.
is back against Nepo, guys. I think this was expected all the way. We have Vidit playing the white pieces against Dubov, and I say again because the previous round he played on board one. Now he moves to board two, so he gets the advantage of the double white. Humpy is playing black against Gorechkina. So just look how strong they are. They can just switch completely. They've just substituted their first woman player. You know, their top female board. Gorechkina comes in place of Lano, and we have Kostenuk keeping her place. She's playing black against Harika. Nihal Sarin is playing black against Esipenko.
So Nihal
So
Sarin has come in.
and Esipenko has come in as well in place of Sarana. So,
So
the junior boys have had complete switches, and the games are underway, guys. So quickly,
yeah,
just
let's just quickly move to the game board,
Divya
guys.
plays white
So we
against
have three
Polina.
changes for Russia and 2 changes for India.
Yeah.
We have all the boards aligned here, and with the white pieces.
Anurag,
So he
we
can.
don't have all the boards. I think we are missing one board. We are missing Vichy.
Yeah, we are missing Vishy, of course. The Wish is here, and
Yeah.
we have what is the
I think we
second change?
have
Nihal,
everyone.
yes. So Nihal Serene, that was the
Yeah,
two changes.
just keep the chat open, so it'll be helpful for you whenever.
Yeah, that's okay. We have the boards on the screen, guys. Everybody, I think Vidit is getting 2 whites, right? In this, he gets the second whites because he has changed his board. And a 3-3, yes, on a 3-3 in this previous match. Let's see what happens here. Vidit once again gets a white actually, and he's playing Daniel Dubo, the young talented Daniel Dubo. Let's see what he can pull off against Dubo this time. And Humpy with the black pieces against Gurechkina. Nihal popping in
We are
with
seeing another Queen's Gambit decline.
another Queen's Gambit decline. We have seen Humpy play this quite often. We have seen her face Bishop F4 also earlier. So this is a very dry position. Let's pay a visit to all the boards actually. Here, Nihal with the black pieces facing off. It started with C4. Okay, it started with the English, and now it has moved to a Sicilian structure. Especially if E4 pops in somewhere, then it's basically like a Monoxy bind on the board. But Knight E5 coming in. Complications already on this board. Bishop G2, and what do you think? Can Black pop take this pawn on C4 directly?
Not a theoretical guy much, but I don't like pawn grabbing in the opening.
Exactly.
It just feels.
It feels a little unsafe. You're right about that. A6 and Knight A4, and these people are blitzing out the moves. Wonder.
It's got to be some kind of opening prep, right?
Yeah, definitely. We are still in the opening theory, guys. This is theory still, so nothing unusual here. If Queen A5, White plays Bishop D2, and then Black can retreat back the Queen to D8.
Queen D8, or maybe Bishop B4. No, Bishop B4 would be met with Knight C7, I guess.
Bishop B4 is met with Knight C7. Yeah, maybe Knight C7 comes in.
No, Knight C7. Yeah.
I think Knight D6 is the stronger move. But okay, it's complicated still. Let's play a visit to the other boards also without leaving them. So here we have Grunfeld, Kostenik playing out the Grunfeld. Not the Grunfeld actually. What do you call this? Let's play a start from the start. G3.
It's like the Grunfeld reversed, right?
Yeah, exactly, the Grunfeld reverse. So is that called the Grunfeld only though? It's like D4. Sorry.
I don't No,
Knight into
it would
d4,
be odd to
e5.
call it the Grunfeld.
We have the Grunfeld structure on the board, guys, after c4, clearly.
Yeah.
Bishop e6, queen a4. And white has the extra move because normally black plays this opening, but here white is playing
This
it
should
out.
definitely be a better version, right? This should definitely be a better version of the Grunfeld.
It
For
is
white.
a better version, but black equalizes. Black equalizes in this. I have played this from my side also. My opponent went completely wrong in the opening and I got completely crushed. But I think bishop g5 is possible, but then I think black plays d4. And that's what we see the point of this move, rook c8. It defends the c6 pawn, and now black can play d4 in case you put further pressure. Let's say rook d1 or bishop g5 can be met with this move d4. So white sometimes even takes on d5 in this, but Harika goes with bishop g5, met with d4. And let's see. Do you think she will take f6 here and continue? Or do you think she wins with rook d1 and continues here?
I think rook d1.
Knight e4 is also a line here, by the way, guys. Again, the reverse Grunfeld. Knight into e4, bishop e4, met with f5, and then bishop can also retreat back to the other side in such positions. It's a little theoretical thing, but let's see what Harika is having here. Because
Anurag, but you know, if there is one thing that I've observed throughout the Olympiad, I think Harika is one player who, I mean, she obviously has great understanding of the position, but personally, I don't think she fears playing against the bishop pair.
She's played rook d1.
Yeah,
rook
she
d1
has played rook
played
d1 on this occasion. But I think if there is one player who doesn't really fear playing against the bishop pair, I think she has done it more than a couple of times in this particular Olympiad, online Olympiad. So
And one more thing is like she has also not come under time trouble. Like I've seen one player who's not come under a lot of time trouble
yeah,
in this
this is
entire
the
Olympiad.
first time she's actually lower on the clock by at least 3 minutes. I've never seen this in any of the matchups.
Yeah, and Kostyuk is pretty fast. Like she's always blitzing out her moves,
Yeah.
apparently. Like she's prepared in each and every opening. But let's see what Harika has here. Does she go with knight e4 or is there any complication with e3? We will soon find out, guys. Like e3, d into c3, c5. Interesting.
The other games,
Yeah.
check them out. Yeah, have you checked all of them?
No, we haven't.
Here we have
So
a very a reverse King's Indian. Let's say we can call it a King's Indian structure or a King's reverse King's Indian attack. Like
I say it's a king in an attack if it is from white side. The same structure
Exactly.
becomes a defense from black side.
Exactly. So actually, when you go with the c3 idea, like King's Indian attack normally plays out with rook e1, e5, and then h4, knight h2, and white tries something like that. But here, black has done something different, so e4 may not be possible immediately.
Yeah, actually, even with whenever you play c3, you usually also go for the a4, right? If you play c3, you usually try to even gain some space with a4, usually.
Yeah, definitely. Somewhere down the road. Thanks, Anjan. One of our friends also has contributed here.
Okay, Anjan, thanks for the super chat there. Thanks a lot.
Much, Anjan.
He says, good work, guys. All the best to the trio from Germany. So
Thanks a lot,
Anjan
Anjan.
is
Good to have you
Indian
here.
at heart, but living in Germany.
Well,
Working there,
whichever you say you're living in Germany, or you show people you're from Germany, we still consider you Goan. You have played for the Goan national team.
By the way, Anurag,
in the nationals Goan team, sorry.
So
he has played
Anurag,
with me in my school
chat,
time, so I have good memories during those days. Yes, a lot of them are saying something, Neeraj. Like, is there something we're missing out on?
So they were talking about the Vidit game reaching the end game, but before we move there, we'll just go to the Vishy game because I think Pallavi had a doubt over there. She says, Anurag, could you please explain the move 13 bishop b2 on Vishy's board? The bishop doesn't look to be doing any good there.
So you mean you would prefer to go bishop a3 rather in this position? Well, actually, bishop b2 seems like the idea is to go d4 somewhere down the road.
Or maybe Pallavi also has this idea of going knight f1, bishop e3. Pallavi, do let us know in the chat if that is something that you would have considered instead of bishop b2.
Yeah, she's probably talking why bishop b2. Maybe she had some other idea. But the point is, why is bishop b2 better than those? Or why did she go for bishop b2? I think is what she's asking.
No, I think it was
Nepo. Nepo who is white here. And
yeah,
one point I can see is if you play bishop a3, black can also retreat the bishop back. So then the bishop doesn't really do much here. Bishop b2 is very clear. The intentions are to get d4 going somewhere later. Maybe not immediately, but d4 is the relative idea. And if you go knight f1 and bishop e3, maybe knight f1 and bishop e3, maybe the position equalizes very easily. Nepo may be trying for more here. Maybe that is
Yeah,
the
exactly.
also.
Pallavi, as we just said, right, the knight f1, bishop e3 idea. So Anurag just mentioned that maybe Nepo is trying to create some kind of imbalance in the position. Just exchanging the dark squared bishops would not do white any good in creating. Know that Nepo loves to have, so to say, a mess on the board. Anurag, maybe you could also flip the board if.
And do you think he's going to go here?
Definitely.
Okay, knight f1. Do you think he's going to go for the f5 square? Anything like that? And like
Definitely, yes.
try
I
to.
mean,
I don't understand. Like
now,
d4 is not really coming immediately, right, on the board. It's going to take
exactly.
It's going to take time for white to prepare and play d4 if he has to.
Now here actually Vishik did something very interesting. Normally you would have seen knight e7 and the knight maneuvering this way, but Vishik went for knight b8. The point is that I think he wants to get rid of this bishop and he's expecting to take on d7. Maybe knight on d7 is what Vishik feels is much better placed here. Maybe supporting his idea of even meeting it with d5 later down the road. So let's
Also,
see.
I think another thing, Anurag, comes to my mind is knight e7. Maybe he wants to play knight f8, knight g6, knight f4. Just a thought.
Yes, but
Because the
maybe like,
bishop is on b2 now.
exactly. But I mean,
I
you
don't
could
know.
go this way, right? Like that is much faster, Andy, I think.
Oh yeah, that is much
Yes,
faster.
I
That's
think the
also
main
true.
idea is to play d5 here after knight b8. So after bishop d7, knight d7 supports the c5 pawn, and we have d5 immediately
And
here
d5,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was the
d5 looks
main.
good. Oh, it's on with d5. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll just catch up quickly, Anurag.
Yeah, we'll
On the
catch up
game.
quickly. Queen c2 and then c6, consolidating everything, and we'll catch up. Nihal is
Yeah, I
apparently
think
a
we are on
pawn up,
live.
but
So
Nihal is down on the clock. So this is all preparation, I think, from Isipenko. Sacrificed a pawn somewhere, but Nihal, king is right in the center, so looks a little bit
white
unsafe.
has a development advantage. As you can see, guys, the white's dark squared bishop comes into the game also pretty easily. Maybe bishop a3, bishop g5, bishop b2, several options.
These are positions I don't like to play against if I'm black, because I also see the g2 bishop gets stronger, by with every move once e4 break is in. And it's really difficult with the king in the center, bishop on c8. I don't know. I avoid such positions as much as possible.
But if there's one thing that we know that Nihal is very resourceful in passive positions, or he knows how to wiggle out of these positions pretty well, right? Anurag, would you agree with me on this?
Yeah, Nihal is good in dynamic positions, and similarly his opponent also Andre is also good in dynamic positions. Both these players are youngsters and they're good in such active positions. Very good with tactics and possibilities on the board. But I feel like, yes, anybody here who sees Asipenko having 15 minutes on the clock and Nihal having 7 is not going to be comfortable. I would not be comfortable with black either in this position. It's a little complicated. Let's see what we have here though. What do you think Nihal does? Does he go for the e4 pawn? Seems like, it could be also forced, like, to capture here. Or do you think something like d4 is possible?
What else can you do?
A d4 is possible, but I'm not sure. I mean, but d4 looks like white can also try this crazy stuff with knight d5, and after e takes d5, get e5, and the king in the center is going to be a little bit of a problem. I don't know, but we'll wait on that. Let's see what Nihal has. But I think it's safe to say that I think Nihal is out of his prep here. He's taking his time to figure out what he should do. And let's move on to Humpy's game. Let's see any game where we have clarity. I think here white has a slight edge, but is it going to be enough? This bishop is bad against with this pawn. Looks like a tall pawn, but what do you think, Neeraj?
I think we should be heading towards a draw.
Most likely, it looks like it's quite equal, and immediate threat is definitely to take ed4, cd4, rook d4 and exploit the spin, but I think Costing should be taking care of it immediately, either by moving the king or I think moving the king is the safer choice here. Moving the king to f8 maybe also.
Anurag, I think if anybody has an advantage, it has to be white, for the simple fact that you can see here white is actually having this nice. We spoke about these paths, in the end game where white goes king f3, king e4, king d5, or king f3, king g4, king f5, or king f3, king g4, king h5, king h6. So, black can't just exchange pieces thinking that it's the opposite colored bishops. I think there's a lot more. There's a lot more to just a simple draw in this game.
Exactly. It's still not immediately clear. White has good chances, and black can at the most do a4 and create something, but white can immediately just snap that pawn and You can see that the 8 square is also covered, so that pawn also is a little bit of a worry for black. So I think it's safe to say that white can never lose this, but let's see
Mm.
what happens.
But
Okay, I have a question though.
I just want to reply to the chat. The score currently is nil. Anurag, so maybe shall we just reset the score back there?
Yeah, Anurag, maybe you can make it 0-0 or let it be.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's
Okay,
equal
yep.
anyway. Anyway, I forgot what I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. Uh, uh, what do you think about the positions, Anurag? Like in round one, after a certain point, we were comfortable on each and every board. Is it the same case right now, or do we have a bit, difficult positions here and there, or we have, let's say, better positions?
Well,
What
actually,
do you?
in the game between Humpy and Gorychkina, I think white seems sorry, not Humpy and Gorychkina. I think Harika and Kostyuk, I think there we
Harika?
have a safe position to say. We have a slightly better position. Coming to Nihal's game, he does go for D, knight into E4 and then followed up with D into E4. So clearly these complications, it's not very easy to tell. White may even not capture on E4, guys. Maybe even bishop E3 with some knight B6 ideas. Could be interesting. Like, it's complicated, so it's hard to immediately give an evaluation on this position. Coming to other games, Humpy down on time. Yeah, we cannot really say. It's not very safe to say whether we are comfortable. Not like the first game where we are really
Okay,
comfortable
the
on.
first round we were very comfortable, right?
Yeah. First round,
Compared to now.
definitely, like all the boards, we were having a very comfortable position. Let's go to Vishy's game and see. Let's flip this one. And Vishy is doing okay here. I don't think we have a problem on Vishy's board after 96. So E into D5 now can be met with what? E into D5. The point is that E5 pawn is weak. So what would you do for E into D5 here, Nandi?
I
On
think
Neeraj?
I could go C takes D5 as well, right? Because your B4 pawn is weak.
So
As
maybe
well.
trying to
Yeah.
exploit with some counterplay there. Yeah, that seems like a decent idea actually. So Vishy looks comfortable. Time also is not a big factor here. So I think Vishy is doing good. Let's look at Divya's game. We have missed out on Divya's game, and Divya has started the assault. So in King's Indian attack, we normally see this. Black starts on the
And
other
you
wing.
generally see H5, knight H2, knight G4 from white, right?
Exactly. Now Divya is a little slow because black is already down to A4 here.
Yeah.
It's a little slow in that
Yeah.
approach. So I was thinking maybe white even goes G4, G5 instead of wasting
G4,
time
G5.
this way
Kind of improvising, right?
or
You're
this
just
way.
trying to
This.
improvise on the existing ideas, because actually if you see this position,
F1
white always does not need to play A3, C3 on the queen side. So white has actually lost a couple of moves, which makes black's queenside attack even faster.
Exactly.
With the A3, C3 pawn structure, I think black's B4 pawn break is more efficient. So Divya has to find some resourceful stuff on the king side, to make her attack pick up the
Quickly.
pace in her attack, so to say.
Exactly. You're right about that. Maybe G4, G5, maybe knight H2, knight G4.
Anurag, we do have a result. Vidit has drawn his game as was predicted in the chat earlier. Vidit rushed through towards the end game, and I think
we had a very
was
simple draw here, or was it like,
Yeah.
After knight D4, we had a very simple draw. Let's look at this game actually quickly. Queen D8, Rook D8, and knight. Okay, so this line of the King's Indian, guys. Okay, we can. Shall we look at it from the start, or shall we look at it right away?
We will just catch up from here, Anurag, and we'll just go quickly glance through it, because I think the other games will be getting really interesting. They'll be spicing up.
So Rook B8, black temporarily loses a pawn, but he has a bishop pair to play with, and this is theory, guys. This is not unusual. E4. If you play knight into F6, there is E takes F3, which comes with a double attack. You lose a piece there. So knight D2, E3 is a pawn sacrifice. Again, knight takes E3, loses this. So F takes E3, and again, black is a pawn down, but white's position is slightly the pawn structure is not very ideal. Rook B1, bishop A3, knight B3, met with bishop F5, rook A D1, rook BD1, rook AC8, knight D4.
Knight D4, I think, trying to improve the pawn structure.
Exactly.
But gives up the C4 pawn.
In the process, gives up the C4 pawn, which declines for at least a moment. I think here we may see knight E3 yeah, we see knight E3 Neeraj. Like, that's a nice tactic.
Okay,
Rook into D4, rook into... what is this? How is that? Okay, let's just play
Yeah,
it out
rook
again.
Yeah, you have
d4.
rook takes f5
Yeah,
tactic.
rook d4,
Rook takes
d4,
d4
and
then
rook
rook
into
takes
f5.
f5. Yes, a small tactical idea there. So Dubo clearly not falling for that. Bishop
Naveen,
e6.
Naveen Tanwar in the chat, if the second round also all games end in a draw, or if the match, not all games, even if it's a 3-3 score, then we play the Armageddon.
Exactly. We'll be playing
And
the
we shall
Armageddon
explain
if
the
this
Armageddon
ends.
after
Okay, so
later.
we'll just go fast through this game, Anurag, because we have the other games we'll have to have a look
Yeah,
at.
so this
Exactly.
is
So
just
after this,
say
the
what
position is just equal, guys. Like opposite color bishops, and then soon the rooks are off the board. So we don't need to look at this king g2
yeah.
and the immediate draw on
So
the
let's
board.
have a look at the live games instead
So
of this.
Anurag, do we actually want to update the score anywhere, or is that list on the left of your of you just good enough?
It's good
That
enough.
should
Like on
be
the left, I think
Yeah.
3-3
Okay,
is what
great.
we'll just put. Like okay, let's leave it at that, and let's focus on the games at the moment. ED4, and we are seeing some developments and improvements happening here. Definitely, as we said earlier, Harika is having the slight edge, so hopefully she can convert it. E takes d4 most likely. So she did go with king f8 here, guys. So that was the plan I was suggesting with king g7. White just goes with rook d3, and after f4, Kosnik goes and opens up with a4. That was the only way black could get some play. White captures fe5, ed4, and she captures cd4 actually, so keeping imbalance.
Yeah.
ed4, white can also meet it with, okay, ba4, there's rook b2 check. But okay, let's stick to the game here. c5, and we see some...
ED4, maybe rook f3 was there.
I thought initially when you said Anurag ED4, I thought CD4 was better. Like I would have played CD4, but then after I realized White gets C5, right? I think I like White's position here.
But we see that both the players have come nearly close on time now. So there at least it looks even. Kosniuk is pretty good at blitz, by the way.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's still not enough, right, to win the game.
It's not going to be very much enough. I would have preferred to keep the rook on e4 actually, so that we always have g4 possibilities.
Exactly.
Wonder why she plays rook e2 here. But now we see that...
Unless was she worried about rook e4 f5?
Is
but
that
you're
really
happy with the
like...
f5, right? Because the pawn is on a light square, it's away, it has to be defended.
No,
then
but probably there'll be some kind of f4 move later on, eventually.
So maybe that could have been the reason. So she plays rook e2, and now Kostinuk is on the way. But this position, I think, looks equal at the moment.
Bishop
White
C4
has better
now.
chances, though. So that's a good side.
Yeah, bishop c4.
Definitely. But yet we are not seeing any board where we have a clear advantage. We already have the first board ending in a draw. So
yeah,
let's see here. Humpy, actually, d6 pawn can be very annoying. The material is equal, but I think Humpy found a nice idea to keep this knight here. And now she will keep pushing on this d6 pawn. Rook f8 defending it.
Yeah.
What do you think White will do here? Maybe goes rook f1?
That would again just... I think rook f1 is pretty much forced, right? Rook f1, rook a8 is not playable, but does black go knight g6? Knight g6? No, knight g6 is not ideal. No. Okay, so just coming back to the chat once, Harika says, guys, don't talk about other channels. The Go and Chess Trio is doing a great job. Yeah, thanks a lot for appreciating us, Harish. Means a lot to us. Yeah, so for rook f1, Anurag, maybe what are we looking at?
Yeah, trying to guess the moves here. Rook f1, I think I'm not really sure what should she do.
Knight e7 falls into rook e7.
Rook e7, I don't like that. I don't like that exactly. I want the knight on e5. So
yeah,
I was thinking whether we can sacrifice a pawn and then try to equalize in this, but
or maybe Anurag for rook f. Yeah, Anurag. Anyway, for rook f1, maybe rook e6 was the move.
Odd, but what is
okay, so your idea is to attack this d6 pawn.
Yeah, I'm just going for an even trade. So you can capture on e5, f takes e5, rook takes e5, rook takes d6, and that would just be fairly equal. Queen double rook 5 pawns, queen double rook 5 pawns, I think.
But I was a little worried about bishop takes e5 and then some queen b3
queen
coming
b3.
in. But
yeah, I figured that out. But I don't think the pin is very useful. Queen f7 is there right away. So
yeah, only thing is d6 pawn is going to be annoying. So Gorichkina defends it with rook a d1. Let's see how Humpy plays against this. I think rook a d8 seems safe to say looks fine to me.
Humpy is down by 2 minutes on the clock as well. Not that it's a concern because there's always increment. But
shall we just have a look at Nihal's game?
Yeah, we'll have a look at Divya's game. I think some attacking possibilities coming on the board, and then we'll move on to Nihal's game. I think she
D2.
has
Okay.
gone for the
Game,
knight.
yeah, she's gone for the idea Anurag mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah, I was
Knight
thinking more of
1
g4,
and knight c4.
but she
No,
goes for
yeah.
this.
This is the more King's Indian attack idea, which I just mentioned actually.
So
The
you also mentioned it. I thought you
Yeah,
mentioned knight h2.
yeah, she went for the
exactly.
knight h2 one, right?
No, knight
Exactly.
f3.
Yeah, okay. So the knight
Oh.
h2 g4 idea, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I think this is
She went
probably
via
looking like. See, the problem with this, the approach here is that if this sacrifice doesn't work, then white doesn't have
exactly.
anything. So now you don't
And
have g4
and
on the board, so you have to go for
the
bishop h6. So let's see
the
whether it
thing what
works.
is another cause for concern is even if Divya comes into a great position, she would need time to calculate stuff, but she's down to only 3 minutes. That's less than half the time her opponent has.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Paulina has 6.5 minutes on the clock. Divya has 3, and let's hope that she can make moves quicker because she's used 3 minutes for the last couple of moves.
I
Three
feel like
minutes each.
I feel like even Polina will be using up a time here because this calls for a
Yeah,
little
she
bit of
would have to
concern. There are some
Yeah.
she would
possibilities.
have to calculate stuff.
She has played king at 7
King at
immediately,
7.
yeah.
Bishop takes h6 is like looming around here now, right, Anurag?
Yeah, exactly. But at the moment, right, we can join in more pieces. So how would you do it, Neeraj? Like maybe bring in more pieces instead of just
How
directly
do I
going
do
with
that?
bishop h6. Like, knight f6 is some people are saying, but like sometimes you don't need to rush, guys. You can take your own time and maybe try to bring in
Could I
more
could I
pieces.
bring the other could I bring the other knight? Or Anurag, are we looking at moves like king h2, rook h1, and knight g5 check? Okay.
Exactly. I was
Divya
thinking of exactly king h2 and rook h1, guys. So we can give some sacrifice and the rook can also help in the attack. But Divya goes with d4 here, which is interesting. Interesting choice. Because now it helps
he
black to
allows knight
immediately,
c4.
it allows knight c4 and allows some immediate resolutions. But I think I understand Divya's idea. She has a sneaky idea here with queen c2. If the king moves, then bishop takes h6 check. Sorry, bishop takes h6 and knight f6 with
Bishop
following up a
knight f6 and a mate.
Yeah.
a mate there. Yeah, so sneaky idea there by Divya. I think she's trying to maybe join in her forces this way or utilize that queen c2 idea. So bishop h6, by the way, directly also is a strong threat, guys. We cannot forget about that. G h6, knight f6, and king here, followed up with queen c2 with
Yeah.
a mating idea on h7. Very sneaky there. I think this
Actually
also
nice.
looks good for us.
It's actually nice. She has opened up the light square diagonal now, so the light square bishop, or the queen could take advantage of
Yeah,
it.
Shrey, we do no, knight f6 is definitely not working, Shrey, but d4 looks like a good move. It
Exactly.
looks like a move that she has definitely thought about earlier.
Exactly. After cd4 also, we might very well see bishop h6 coming on the board, guys. That could be spicy. And I think Black has sensed the danger and she is going to come down on time, Neeraj. I'm pretty sure she's going to spend more than a minute or two here. Let's look at Vishy's game if he's holding everything fine. Let's fake it.
Vishy's playing black. So,
Yeah. At the moment, a
yeah.
pawn down, but I think
It
it's safe
seems
to
fine,
say.
right? E5 should be falling.
Yeah.
I think
But
it does seem fine.
E5 falls again.
e5 is falling.
Does Anand does Vishy have enough?
I mean, does he have a move like bishop b4? But then I don't like a6 popping in and creating problems
I was
for
looking
me.
more. I was looking more at knight d7. Is knight d7 a move that we should be considering?
Okay, holding everything, holding the fort, and then trying to win the a5
Yeah,
pawn.
I'm just trying to hold.
What if a6
but
comes?
A6 is a little annoying, right?
Yeah, I think Vishy will be going for rook a5 here. I think I have a feeling.
Yeah, maybe give up the E5.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we do have another result. Harika has drawn her game.
So it was a quick draw.
Yeah,
I think. I thought maybe they'll be pushing for a long time, but it ended in a quick draw here. We'll come back to that later, guys. But Nihal down to 50 seconds.
Vishy's game, I actually wanted to ask you something.
Okay, let's quickly stick on this and then we can move back to Vishy's game in a moment because Nihal is down to 50 seconds, guys. Against
oh my
5
god,
minute
yeah.
50. That's really a big problem. You cannot even castle here, guys. Rook takes d5 is coming and the king is stuck in the center. So wonder what Nihal comes up with here. I think he'll have to. Bishop c6. It's possible, yes.
Yeah, I thought bishop c6 was kind of forced, right?
Maybe.
And then maybe take your.
Oh my god, he's down to 28 seconds. We are right just out of the opening.
But you still cannot castle, guys. Like even if the queen moves away, let's say somewhere, what would you do next? Let's say queen c4.
You still can't castle.
Yeah, we can't castle, but
okay, maybe a little bit. I have to be very careful
I think,
here. But
Black's Black's idea maybe will be first rook d8, get the rook and support d5, and then queen b4, try to trade some pieces,
I
something
think
like that.
maybe there's one more thing we forgot about. Can Black castle queenside here? That's crazy,
Anurag
but
always being his adventurous self, right?
I think Nihal is also adventurous here because he looks to be in a little bit of a bad shape. So he's going to think of, because you cannot just give away play castle and lose a
But I
piece
think
here.
long side castling also runs into rook takes d5.
Yeah, there's still rook takes
Exactly.
d5,
No,
right?
rook takes d5. I thought you'll do bishop takes d5, but
No, I'll just go rook takes d5 and bishop takes d5 has knight b6 check.
exactly. But why are you doing it with the rook? I can do it with the bishop, right? I think that simple thing would also work. Or is it?
No, I didn't get.
No, you can do bishop takes d5 and then play knight b6. And
No, there's a queen on e4, right?
you want to play rook takes d5, and then you have to play your move, right? Neeraj, like White's move right now.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I'm just saying, suppose black long castles, the idea of long castle just has rook takes d5, right?
Immediately rook takes d5.
Yeah.
Immediately rook takes d5. Okay, that way you mean. Okay, but I think right now he'll have to decide which square he goes to. There are a few squares he has to choose from. So wonder which square.
Okay, I really want to check out Vishy's game because I had a line to tell you, queen a4 line. Okay, it's
Okay.
played on the board. Exactly. I wanted to actually tell you this variation that queen a4, is it possible to have a pass pawn?
Exactly. So knight into e3, rook into a5, rook into a5, queen into a5, and knight d5. I think if knight into e5, maybe you were thinking of queen a4, is it? That's interesting,
Yeah.
actually. A double attack here.
Probably
I
that
think
is one reason.
It's
why
played
you
on the
don't go-
board.
Or Anurag, knight
was
takes
thinking
e5
more
also
of-
at b4.
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay,
more of
I
b4, but
thought queen a4 there. I thought we get the e4 pawn or we have a pass pawn, and it looks dangerous for white then after
So
that.
was
Exactly.
b4 a move after knight takes e5 as well?
Definitely, I
Knight c4
think.
check,
knight
queen
c4,
check.
queen
Yeah,
a1
you have
check.
queen
like,
a1 check and capturing c3.
Okay, so b4 is also
Probably
a move.
b4 is stronger.
Exactly, but
at
queen
least
a4 is a nice idea. Knight d5 played out on the board,
Yeah,
and now
it's
we
a
have
very
queen
interesting
a4.
idea.
Nice idea there.
Not
Knight into
always
f6.
do you see this exchange even if you're a pawn down, right?
Person, I'm a player who will always look for queen exchanges, right?
One
Any
important thing
position.
is you don't want to take queen into a4 here, guys, because then an outside pass pawn is always a problem. So queen d3, and I think it's safe to say that Vishy has at least equalized here. Clearly, he's not in a
Yeah.
worse position. After knight g5, it's like basically a draw
Okay, yeah,
offer.
that
So
is safe, guys. This is safe. I just was about to say that.
This is a
in
super safe king now.
No, I just wanted to say that in Vishy's game, I would be concerned with the knight hopping to f5 in some positions. But okay, this is just going to be a draw. I don't see Nepo beating Anand here. Although
think,
he will try a few tricks.
I think
With
Anand
the-
will never capture on h4 here. All he
I
can do
think
is just
he-
play. He plays he just plays the move, which I say I would never do. But okay, gh4, gh4, and I think now what does he do? Like sit down with. Okay, he's playing b4 immediately.
Okay,
I
I'm confident of defending that position. You know.
I think Anand is confident. If Anand shows confidently he's playing b4, he should be able to hold. He has a good
I
understanding.
think the queen comes back. He can all after pawn b4, queen f8 back into the defense. That's also possible, right? The queen just gets back.
Or you can just maintain activity there. There should be some kind of. You can play queen d2, queen h6, and there'll always be some kind of perpetual or.
But I just thought you can just string it and you just.
Okay, so I think Anurag, it's safe to say Anand is in good hands here. I mean,
In good shape
So
here. Right?
let's-
I mean, that would be better knowledge. In good hands is
Oh,
not a
let's
good
okay,
way
Anand
to
is
put it.
yeah, in-
We are not putting Anand in Nepo's hands, and we have seen
India's
f5
in
coming
good
on the
hands.
board
India
here.
is in good hands, yeah. Yeah.
Queen g4, and then we have
F5.
f5 popping in. So queen e2, and then rook d8. This is some crazy defense going on here. If it works out for Nihal, but
Now,
not
but
looking
there's
good.
Queen takes e6.
It's a
There is queen takes e6. Okay, obviously, I don't think Esipenko will go for that, but Nihal desperately has to try this because he needs pieces to get exchange. With 19 seconds on the clock, it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
Suggest.
It's very tough. Like, knight c5 is just an idea, but I mean, it's crazy. Queen c5, queen e6
Yeah.
popping in here, that could get crazy. But at least one thing is immediate threat is to castle.
We
Let's
have
see.
another result. Anand has drawn. It's
So-
official. Vishy has drawn. So they've just gone for the repetition, guys. So the score stands at 1.5 each after 3.
Equal.
Yes, it's still equal. 9 games, 9 draws.
Exactly.
You can
Let's
see
look
the
at.
results. So besides Anurag's
let's-
face, you have all the results.
I
over there.
like Divya's position suddenly.
Right here,
Anurag,
guys, you
after-
can see the result right here. Draw 3 draws on the board. Knight d7 defends this knight f6 idea, but we have a strong attack going on here. Bishop f1, good way to improve it.
Anurag,
And
Anurag, just
c4. And
let's
now
just go
it's very
quickly.
clear that black can never get b4 going. So we are happy about this transition.
Yeah,
Yes, you were
I
saying,
think Anurag will just go quickly. They're playing on seconds. We'll just go quickly to the current position.
Okay, yeah, so bishop e2, the bishop maneuvered, then king g2, and now Divya will be pressing. Let's see. I think it's a very easy position for white to play. You can take your own
Yeah.
time. Like, you can take a merry time to develop the get the rook into the other side. Do rook h2,
Oh my
rook
god.
h1,
Oh
then knight
my god. Did
h5.
she disconnect?
Don't tell
No.
me she disconnected.
Oh
Like,
my
come on,
god.
don't.
Did she disconnect? Nihal has lost and Divya has disconnected. Oh my goodness.
Did she lose on time?
Yeah, she did lose on time.
No, did she flag or did she disconnect?
Divya lost on time. I saw that the sign was just red color right there. She just disconnected at a crucial time.
Oh no, guys, like that's not what we wanted on the board here. I mean, this is such a lovely position to play. You can never lose as white here. You don't need to spend time. You just play rook h1, rook g1, whatever you play. There is nothing that black can do because the queen side is completely locked here. And how did Nihal lose so immediately in this? Like, so if
Okay,
that
guys,
is the
so
case,
we
like we have lost the match. It's over
officially we
for
have
us.
lost, guys. So there's no chance to now get a goal. We just have one game going. Humpy's playing, but
And the current score stands at 4-1. Is it 4? No, it's 3.5, 3.5, 1.5 in favor of Russia. So
But
Russia have.
Russia have already
It
won,
is-
Neeraj, but the same thing here. Nihal's board also, Neeraj. Like, there's not losing for black. Black can simply play knight f6 here. There is no way that black can lose immediately here. Black
Oh
disconnected
my
here.
god, Anurag, did we see 2 disconnections?
We see 2 disconnections, guys. Like, what is this going on?
okay, we definitely need to know what has happened. I mean, it's yeah.
It's
Playable
definitely a
position
disconnection.
and,
Like knight e7 is so simple. Knight f6, you can create some tactical possibilities. There is no way even black could be better here. Like, oh, come on. Like, oh, black can never be better here, but that's too much. But I'm getting too excited.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
cannot be worse here,
this-
guys. Like, these 2 games were never going to be lost now. After these exchanges on the board, no way that Nihal would lose this. He would be able to hold it at the least. I have a good feeling about it because he's not even the pawn down at the moment. And oof, that's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Like, can we do some tactical resources like knight f4? This is really sad for us.
Okay, so what is this now? Disconnects what exactly?
2 disconnections, guys, and a loss on time due to disconnect.
Are you sure both disconnected at the same time? Like how
I
can
don't know.
both disconnect at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that happened, but I did see right when we were speaking about Divya's position, I did see the red color on her connection. And
Yeah,
I
actually,
saw that,
Actually, Neeraj,
when-
like even I got disconnected for a second. The board was lighting up a while ago for me also. Now that's
Oh.
I don't know what the thing was, but
it could be a
server crash.
yeah. So we are getting a lot of server crash.
yeah.
So,
Everybody said server crash, but I don't know what the
Everybody is saying,
situation is
"Hey,
here.
guys, let's hope that it is a server crash and they will be allowed to continue the game from the positions that they were in."
I mean, don't give.
We are not giving false hopes.
We are just thinking. I mean,
Yeah, I mean a lot is going on in the official chat that it was a server crash.
It was a server crash, is apparently what they're saying. Both the games, guys, at least Divya's game was like a beautiful game. India would easily push in that one. And if this Humpy's game ends in a draw, even if we lose Nihal's game, we would be in the Armageddon if Divya wins. So there is no way that this is unfortunate. If this calls for the way we lose, then
Yeah, I think let's see. Appeal is something very far still, Shrey. I mean, let us see if okay. By the way, this position doesn't look good for Humpy.
I don't think this looks good for Humpy, but no, I think you can still draw. This is still can be held, right?
Yeah,
but King
I
G8
still
though,
think
like okay, I was
right?
thinking more of King G6. I think no, not really, guys. Like maybe this is not very ideal. H5 maybe.
Like I thought you just go back.
She missed out. No, like you have to go rook e1, rook d4 back. Of course. Now king e7. King e7 doesn't threaten anything. So king g4 or h5 is what I'm worried about. That's why I was thinking of h5 myself.
Yeah, but then what if black just keeps waiting and waiting?
No, you cannot. You have to make a move here, Neeraj. What is the move? You move the
I
king
can play.
immediately, rook e4.
Yeah, pawn and ability winning for
Pawn
white.
endgame is winning for white. So yeah, this doesn't look very
Okay,
nice.
so when we talk about a server crash, it doesn't mean that the every so Humpy did not have as little time as they did. So probably a server crash would make them lose on time for, say, if the server is not working for 6 seconds and they both have under 6 seconds, they both lose on time.
Exactly. So
But
that's an
let's
unfortunate
see.
situation, guys. Like if you get disconnected from the server, there is no like in the 6 seconds you take some time to get reconnected, and by the
Yeah,
time you're polling in there, that game is already over for you. So let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't have an official uh, like I don't have an official statement on this, but let's see. I mean, there is no. This game doesn't really matter if those games are not going to continue because we have lost the game in
yeah.
that sense.
No, but I think we will still stay tuned here. We hope that Humpy holds on to this, and we very well could. I mean, if it goes in our favor, an appeal or the decisions, and we can. Um, okay, this endgame. Okay, you can't go rook takes
You
d7.
can't capture.
No, you cannot capture rook takes d7. The pawn and
Yeah,
game
but
is winning.
I think you can just keep hopping with yeah.
Yeah, h5 is what I was worried about, Neeraj. Once h5 comes in, now it's like the plan is very clear for white. So more and more difficult after. Let's see. Let's see if I can hold it, but it gets
Okay,
more and
in
more.
the chat we have Shrey saying Anand is writing something.
Well, hopefully, like
Okay,
you know,
so
something goes our favor. That day we didn't see. We
Siddharth
see.
Pratap Singh, यहाँ पे disconnection हो गया था. There was a disconnection, not a disconnection, time loss on two of the boards for the Indian players
At the same time.
at the same time. तो शायद server crash भी हो सकता है. We are not sure yet. अगर सर्वर क्रैश है तो अगर अपील एक्सेप्ट होता है तो शायद वही पोजीशन से फिर से कंटिन्यू करेंगे. So I think let's not give up. I think this game is still relevant, Anurag. I think if Humpy can hold on to this, it would be massive for the tie if we can resume those two games as well.
Actually, f5 was
So
not really a good idea, I feel, Neeraj. And f4, f5 gives Humpy great chances now because she gets one rooks off the board is a good draw, guys. Now it's easy because now the pawn end game is also a draw. So we'll see, we'll see. Maybe Humpy will be able to hold this. I think
I
f4,
think this
f5
is
was a
hold.
mistake. Like f4, f5 was definitely a mistake, I feel. You need to find some other way to progress here, not f4, f5.
Yeah.
But is Humpy missing out here? No. We have rook b7
No,
coming in time.
I
So.
think rook b5 is clever. She doesn't want to allow any f6 king f5 ideas.
King f5 ideas. You're right about that, Neeraj.
I think
So
Humpy
now
has this sorted. She seems to have calculated this down to the very end. Do you want to really exchange? I don't think you can, Anurag. Maybe this is smart. King
no,
e5.
you cannot exchange after the king reaches e5, Neeraj. No, that's a winning pawn
Yeah.
endgame, guys. That's winning, but okay. Here I think we should be able to hold, considering she has tried so hard and she's not able to get clarity on this. Rook e6, I think you can just go back and try something this way. It becomes difficult for black, for white, sorry. I think now the rook goes back, or is she worried about? She gives a check. King goes back. A check again. Rook d3. The king cannot go too far away, maybe, if you want to really exchange. So rook d3, rook b5. I think this is not.
Yeah, I think Humpy is holding this. I think Humpy is. I know the atmosphere is all very grim at the moment here, but I think we could.
Guys, it's not over yet, so don't leave. Like
it's not over.
We definitely don't know whether the appeal is being placed or what is happening here.
Let me just let me just give you, like, I've been trying to figure out somewhere or the other, and I think FIDE has said that they are actually checking what is the issue right now.
Okay.
Regarding games about whether they're disconnection server, so they're just having a look at it.
Exactly. One important thing, guys, like Nihal would never lose on time. If it is like Nihal is probably never, like, he's very good in bullet and very tricky there. And that position after the
Anurag,
exchanges.
do we have a rook takes d6 here? Okay, I think Humpy does not need to do that.
Yeah,
and
Humpy
keep the
maybe
two rooks.
feels like rook g6 can also be annoying. Rook g6 f6. I think she just thinks of keeping that.
Yeah,
I think black is going
yeah,
to have
makes sense.
difficulties. Yeah.
That rook is required, one active piece, right? At least.
Yeah. I think
I
here the rook goes back
see.
all the way.
I understand that Nihal was in a slightly difficult situation, but Divya was just dominating the game. She just maneuvered her pieces brilliantly, brought the bishop out to c2, and just as she was about to mount the attack, this happened.
And
Okay,
here
so
I think
Goretzka
g6
just
is. I don't know what is happening actually.
why did she allow King f5? I
No, it's
think
coming before. I think rook h1 is what she's planning now.
Anurag, are you sure about this? Because this looks a little tough now.
No, I think it's still a draw, right? After rook h5, or is it
Captures,
not?
captures, King e4.
And then the rook goes
Okay.
back.
Okay. So this disconnection has been happening everywhere, Anurag. Everyone got
Okay.
disconnected for those few seconds.
Okay.
Everyone, even I got
Uh,
disconnected, guys. Like even I got disconnected. Like it was buffering for me a while ago, but I thought it was my internet, so I did not say anything. It was kind of like what do you
Yeah,
say
because
that?
everyone got disconnected. So basically, I think at least whatever news we got, the players are saying that they did not disconnect, and it's kind of a chess.com server issue, but we have to see what is going to happen.
Anurag, I think Humpy looks lost. I'm not sure. Is this a draw? Because
I'm
I don't.
not sure, Neeraj. Like after this, I have rook g8, so it's not very easy. You have rook h6. I forgot about rook h6 completely. Oh
I
no, rook
just didn't
h6
like
is.
that. I thought she managed everything so well, and then suddenly
Yeah, this thing may
it
be
fell
a
apart.
problem. Like king f8. Okay, still keeping, but she still has king f6. No, king f6, rook f7. Very difficult to tell actually what is happening here. She can go back here. Maybe still a draw. Like
No, but for King e7 there was rook e5 check, right? Was there? No,
now
no.
rook
I
g6 is coming, guys. Like oh no, I think yeah, that's just lost. Yeah, this is lost, guys. So rook g6. I
yeah,
think she
guys.
had to go
Okay.
king e7, right? What is happening after king e7? Is there something I'm missing out on? Why didn't she
Yeah,
go king e7? Like rook g6, she has to resign, of course, but king e7.
lost, but
Yeah.
Duda also got disconnected in between.
Who got disconnected?
Yesterday, you mean?
I don't know. I've sometime, and
Yeah.
I
We
think
have a lot
yesterday
of
he had got.
grandmasters in the chat talking out here, so we don't know what the situation is. But many people spamming the chat here. That's not really nice. But we'll see and wait for the resolution.
Yeah, we'll have to just
Yeah.
wait and see what is the decision.
Yeah, we have to
Okay.
wait for the appeal once again. Yes, like India's
Yeah,
previous
but
game
anyway,
also.
as of now, the results, as you can see on the screen, they stand at 4.5, 1.5. Humpy has lost her game without a doubt. Humpy has resigned, so Humpy's game will not resume. But
Those two
Nihal,
games to make
Nihal
a
and
difference,
Divya,
right?
yeah, Nihal and Divya's game possibly could
Hopefully could
it
resume and
could,
maybe give us some chance,
yeah,
because if Divya's game resumes, we have lost only one game, right?
yeah, we'll be -1. The score will if the two games resume, the score will be 2.5, 1.5, and we'll be playing two games.
Yeah,
So if
two
we
games.
can get a
So
draw from Nihal and a win from Divya, we still would take it to the Armageddon.
exactly, this
And
position looks like it's quite good for white, and white can easily keep pressing in this. But I
oh,
wonder if it takes too long, right? There's such a big pause in between. Do you really think they resume from this exact same position? Because it's easy for the people to check. You know,
I'm, I'm not sure about resuming from the same position, but at least the only positive that we can have is if they don't resume from the same position, we know that Nihal will go with a mentality of a win. He would need a win.
yeah. I mean, like if they don't resume here, then they probably start a fresh game with less time on the clock.
Yeah.
That could be a solution because it's online and things happen. That could be a resolution. But this happened with Armenia also. They also had an appeal which did not go in their favor. So I wonder what happens here now.
This is unfortunate, though. The incident that has happened as of now, we will have to stay updated.
And that it happens in round 2 in the crucial round.
Yeah.
If it
Exactly.
happens in
Like,
round 1, still you can say, okay, you have hopes to get back in round 2.
exactly, guys. Like, stick around, guys, and let's together find out what is going to happen now. because we were waiting. That day we waited for nearly how long, Neeraj? Like in the
Yeah, we
arena
waited for a
appeal.
couple of hours that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time
Was
actually. Nearly 2 hours. Like, we were waiting for 2 hours for the resolution to come out. Today, hopefully, it's not that long.
okay. So the thing is, I think the Indian team is going to be making an appeal now, Anurag.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be removing the scores,
They will be
guys.
putting up an appeal, but do you think it's going to be considered? Because considering the other, how it has gone, there were so many disconnects. It's not the first time the server has crashed, even in the other games. So we don't know. But what do you think? Do you think the appeal is going to be taken
No,
or rejected?
but a server crash because of I mean a loss on time because of a disconnection has because of a server crash. Sorry,
Yeah,
not
but
on.
the point is, even if you observe, even if you get a red bar for the internet over here, all our other websites work. A
Yeah,
Google,
so
everything else
it is,
works, but
yes,
chess
it is a
will
server
not
crash.
work.
So if it is a server crash, I do believe we do deserve another chance. By the way, Anurag, could we just touch upon the Humpy game and just see where she went wrong and maybe
Definitely, yeah. I think in this end game, I think the best try was King E7, right? Am I missing something or blundering something so big here? Like King E7, Rook E6, and the king could have come back to F8, and she could have still kept going. It's maybe winning for white, but I think she will still have to fight it out, right? Or is it something that I'm missing, Neeraj?
yeah, yeah, actually on second thought, after you say King E7, first I was just thinking maybe white goes Rook E5 check, King takes D7, there's Rook D5 check. And I thought that the Rook endgame wins, but the King seems to be very, very close.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
it's
king is
not
very
in.
close. I don't think that is really immediately winning, at least. No way that is winning, right? Rook is badly placed, and I don't think that's a win. So, king e7, this is a very big, massive blunder with king g8. Clearly, rook g6, it's over. Like, king g8 just cuts yourself up also. Like, you just cut your king up. So, king e6 also should have been lost. I wonder why Humpy played king g8 in this. Doesn't make
Okay, Humpy
sense.
also got disconnected in between, same time.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody got disconnected for a while, guys, because even I got disconnected and my screen was blinking. That's what happened when you get disconnected. So hopefully, we are hoping for India's
Actually, if
sake that
that
we
is the
get
case,
this
I think
games.
Anurag, if there are so many streams around the world happening, right? I think that is enough proof to
I
show
mean,
that the server did crash.
we have to figure it out. Like maybe it did not crash for them and it only crashed on our side, and
No, I mean
that's
that's what I'm trying to say. They don't have to look at one stream; they can look at multiple streams across the globe, right?
but what if
I'm sure that there'll be so many other Indian streamers streaming. There'll be so many other streamers following this on chess.com as well. So I'm sure
yeah,
that if you pull up their streams and have a look and rewind it, you probably will be able to definitely see the blink.
exactly. But what if like this stream it only happened to Indians? Now, what would you do in that? It didn't happen to the Russians. It happened only to India. Now, would you take Indian
Okay.
streamers like streams and take their input on this? This is a little bit of a complicated thing, right? Because
Yeah.
finally, these are two countries facing off in the Olympiad. It's a big event, and it's not a title
But
Tuesday
it
here.
could be possible that it is actually crashed, right, Anurag?
It's possible that it
I
has
mean,
crashed.
considering
I don't like.
we know the Indian population, everyone knows that India is in the finals, everyone will be watching.
Yeah, maybe it
Uh,
was like an overload. Like, people, too many people on
it could
chess.com
be
and
an
the server
overloading,
got overloaded.
possible.
Like, all over the world, people are like, watching chess.com. Sometimes the site gets overloaded and crashes. But if that was the case, everybody should have got disconnected. And I mean, we don't know an update on that yet. Neeraj, do you have any update for me?
Uh, and Nandini will be providing us with the update and
Yeah,
probably
the update
Shrey.
I got was Srinath is going to be putting up an appeal. He's a vice captain of our team.
Okay.
So
I don't think that is the case, guys. Like, we don't need, like, I don't think this has had some deep things going on here. Like, in the chat, like, we have something about hacking and also talking, being spoken about. But don't think that is going to be the case here. Yes, I mean, maybe that's one important factor. Like, many people log in at the same time. Sometimes the server crashes. So it could be one calling factor. But did it crash for everybody? That's the important thing. If it crashed for Russians also, and then they also like agreed to it, then maybe I don't know what the resolution will be. Even if there's a resolution, I feel like a proper resolution is starting off a fresh game, because it's not very wise to start from right
Yeah.
here. Like, it's unfair because some people
Then
could have
Anurag,
analyzed it. Yeah.
now let's just assume that there were just two games going on. Humpy's and let's just presume that Divya's game, she lost on disconnection, and Humpy's game was going on. Don't you think a result on the other board could have changed Humpy's playing over here? Don't you think that is something that I'm not saying here it should be considered, definitely not, but it does play a part, right? Maybe Humpy over tried somewhere and then ended up losing. Could that mean anything?
I'm not sure, Neeraj. Like, one important thing is, like, are these players like staying in sync with each other during the game? I think that's
No,
more
I
of a
mean,
distraction.
no, so when I did when we covered the Botswana Olympiad journey, right?
Yes.
We did see that the Sri Lankans were watching each other's games, observing as they call it on chess.com. We saw some other countries. I think, if I'm not wrong, the Scottish team were observing the Irish team was observing each other as well.
Yes.
So yes.
I think
So
one
based on
important
that,
factor, like, that day I heard something, like somebody said, like, Armenian team is sitting in one room. Was that a fact? Like,
yeah, yeah, that was a fact. They all were sitting together.
well,
They
there is
all were
one
sitting
guy who is
together.
not in Armenia right now, right? Malcolm Imran is not in Armenia. I think he's in Australia right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he's back to Armenia. I'm not sure, but I wonder how
Yeah.
he was in the same room. He's a streamer, so I know that he was in Armenia. I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't check what was the situation, but yeah, I was wondering.
Mhm.
Here, they're definitely not sitting in the same room, are they? Are the Russians sitting in the same room? I doubt it. I think Nepo will be sitting from his home. Everybody will be sitting in their own homes. They're on call all the time, apparently, Shay says, with the arbiter. Of course, with the arbiter is okay. They can ask questions, but they're not going to be in sync with the players. They will have to verbally ask them what is going on. And the arbiter is not going to give them an evaluation, right? So they will not know
Yeah.
what is going on the other board for sure. Like, that was our.
So Anurag, could we just rewind like a little? I mean, and maybe go to Humpy's game, because I really want to see where she lost it, because I thought it was a drawn game for quite some time. I thought she even figured out the drawing idea.
Yeah, here you mean, right? After this. So White's idea to get in was only King G4, F6, and King F5. So that's what I think Humpy was taking good care of it. I think after this, she played Rook B3 check, which allowed that. What do you think she could have done here, Neeraj?
Maybe just Rook B4 back, right?
But then the King G4 followed by F6 and then King F5 idea popping in here.
No, the problem is for F6, black can go king takes F6. So I don't think that's an issue. White wants to have the rook on D6 and then go F6.
Ah, okay. So Rook P4, King G4, and then you want to take the Rook back to B1, is it?
Yeah, so when I go Rook B4, you go King G4. I could also go Rook B6.
I get
No,
Rook B6.
I'll go Rook B1 back. I'll go Rook B1 back.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was the right idea in that. What you said is correct. Rook P3 also is not bad, but Rook P6 I think was a mistake, right?
Yeah, Rook B6 was bad, right? I think
think
Rook B1 was
Rook
required in
B1
this
was the
position.
more natural idea. You would have to kick this king away, not allowing this F6 idea to come in time. But still nothing is gone here. Here I think the rook needed to definitely go back all the way. Sorry, I think I had some issue here.
No,
Okay, I think the rook has to go all the way back,
or
right?
how about, yeah.
No, actually,
No, but
here
I
itself
think
it was a mistake. Here itself it was a mistake.
yeah,
Correct.
F6
I think
is
the
anyway
timing
coming.
timing is bad here. So F6 is popping in here, so it doesn't really matter. I think right away here itself, Rook B1 would have been better, because now F6 would have been met with King into F6, and the moment you see White preparing for Rook D6 with a Rook on B1, you could have just given a check from behind. I think that should have been good enough to hold a draw. I think here Humpy went wrong slightly with Rook B6, messing up the more order, and after that Rook D5 followed by F6 popped in here, and then White got the entry, the desired entry that she wanted. Am I right, Neeraj?
Yeah, I think the point is that when White has the rook on D6, Rook B1 is not very useful, because White can just sack the pawn and come King F5. But with Anurag, as you can just go back, If white's rook is not on d6, f6 is not coming on the board. But Anurag, after f6 also, do you still think Humpy had a chance?
I'm not really sure, Neeraj. It's a little complicated because gf6, king f5 looks like white is winning. So Humpy tried this rook g1 idea where after king f5 she went rook h1. But uh, I think white, I'm not sure actually. She could try. Let's just go through it a little bit deeper. King g4, she played rook h1. So do you think rook into d5 is lost here immediately? What do you think about this endgame after rook d5, and king g7? Is that lost?
I actually was calculating this, but that should be lost. I think because if um, with an f pawn, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, so
Especially
king
you have the
h5,
passive.
king h5, and then like white pushes f5, and probably will run into a zugzwang, and white should be easily winning. So Humpy played rook h1. You need to keep both the rooks on the board. Rook g1, rook into g7, which ended up costing her the h6 pawn. But I think here, I'm not sure whether you can hold this, but I wonder what you do for king e7 here.
King g8 is just an outright blunder. King 7, I think, was still playable, right?
Yeah, I wonder what she does after this. Like, Humpy got disconnected, but time was like, okay, she had enough time to reconnect. I think people in the chat are saying Sagar Shah also got disconnected, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, Sagar Shah got disconnected, Srinath got disconnected, Humpy got disconnected, everyone got disconnected.
The problem here
Because
is like,
Sagar
guys,
was-
the problem here is all Indians are getting disconnected. We don't see a Russian
Yeah,
saying that
it's
he
not
also got
actually a
disconnected.
problem, Anurag. The point is they have servers for different subcontinents or countries that way. So
Exactly.
that's why our server got disconnected and not Russia's.
Exactly. So that makes sense.
Shrey says this will not get reversed. I think there were many games like this all over the tournament. Yes, I do agree, Shrey. But considering the fact that there are millions of people watching this, I mean, across the globe, this is the final. It is a match two. I think if it's a server crash, it's definitely not a player's mistake. You want a loss to be either due to a player's mistake or a player's internet connection's mistake, but this is not an internet connection on the player's part. If it's a server crash, I honestly believe it should have been there should have been a rematch. Now, when it happened, the same thing happened to Armenia. Uh, there was no conclusive proof that it was a server crash, because if it was a server crash, the other player should have got disconnected as well. So there was a lot of conflict when it came to that.
So
In Hike's game against Nihal Sari, there was no conclusive evidence of the server crash because the other game was going on smoothly without.
But their point was they were still on the Skype calls. Their internet was working, but the chess.com.
But one game got and the other game didn't disconnect. So there was no conclusive evidence there. But here the entire nation has seen the disconnection. So okay, Naveen, I also think that due to many streaming and population of India, there's a server problem. Hope a good decision from FIDE. Yeah, let's hope if Russia wins, then it will be like England versus New Zealand. No, honestly, Ayush, I don't think it's fair to say that. If Russia wins, it will be like the England versus New Zealand. I don't think like in the England versus New Zealand final in the World Cup 2019. I personally think a World Cup cannot be decided on the number of boundaries. It depends on the style of a particular team. Are like, if that was the case, any team which played West Indies would always lose if it was a boundary count, because West Indies only hit boundaries.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Once again, guys, like people who are new to the chat here, like guys, we have had another technical issue where we have two disconnections. The game between Nihal got disconnected, and Divya got disconnected, and it apparently is a server issue. But we'll see what resolution FIDE provides. This was the position where Nihal got flagged. He's definitely not losing here, and Divya is in an excellent position here, guys. You can see that the queen side is locked up, and Divya is on her way to get attack going on the king side here. So it was a dream position for white.
Black has nothing to do, right, Anurag? I mean, black has to just sit defending. That's it.
No, black is
exactly like this bishop is dead. No b4. Like white has time to just shuffle around, play knight e3, and then go g4, g5. Like
white transfer the king as well.
White can
just get the king to to c1,
b1. Maybe not needed to b1, c1 to e1 at least.
I'm saying like that's also possible. If he's not having time, you can just safeguard the king and then go for an attack.
Exactly. You can also try this bishop b1, queen c2, and then use this on this long diagonal. You have many things that
Of
white could
course.
do here. And
Many ideas.
unfortunately, we had a technical issue and we got disconnected. Apparently, many people in India got disconnected. So we're waiting for a resolution, guys, for people who are new to the chat. Once again, if you did enjoy it thus far, then hit the like button and
Yeah,
subscribe to the channel.
please get it to 100 likes. Maybe that
That
would
would be.
do us a world of good.
Yeah, at least we'll see. We are waiting
We are
for
waiting, guys. We are not going anywhere.
what's
We are
going to
waiting.
be further.
We are waiting until the end. This is the final and means a lot to us. And this is not the way we wanted the match to finish. And like, there's one big difference between Armenia and India here. The problem is that Armenia like forfeited the match. They had a chance to come back. Here, India has no chance absolutely to come back. Also, like
Yeah.
Armenia could at least play a second game and bounce back, but here India absolutely has nothing. Like we just lost it. Like if we lose this, and the decision is not in favor of us, but we have appealed, and we'll see what FIDE comes up, what resolution FIDE comes up with.
Uh, in the meantime, I would like to thank everyone who has been tuning in on our channel, the Go and Chess Trio, all throughout the Olympiad and prior to that as well. I would like to give a big shout out to all of y'all. It is because of the viewership that we see. We've constantly seen an increase in the viewership, which motivates us to come live and provide a stream for you. And a special shout out to all the donors via Super Chat. It means a lot to us, and showing support. I mean, getting support from you all in that way is immense. So a huge shout out to all the super chatters again, and everybody who has joined the stream and are active and participated in the chat here. A huge thank you throughout this Olympiad. Post Olympiad, the Go and Chess Trio will be coming out with a lot more videos, and we'll have streams as well. So make sure that you do stay tuned. It's not like we were here only to stream the Olympiad.
Exactly, that's
After
the
the
point I
Olympiad,
wanted to get to the
we
people
shall be.
first. We will be
Yep.
here after the Olympiad also, guys. We might stream tomorrow. We'll be streaming on a regular basis, so make sure you join us there. And
Okay.
you can also follow us on all our socials. You can join Discord and give your suggestions too. We're looking forward to your ideas also, and we'll try to get it on the stream for you or on videos, whatever is convenient for that particular thing. So you can definitely join us on our socials.
Yeah.
Mention any ideas in the comment section. We are reading your comments definitely. So yeah, we are not going anywhere. We are still here. And after the Olympiad also, we'll be tuning in frequently with streams and videos. So do subscribe and hit the bell icon too to get notified. And it's great to see that all the like people here in the chat are still sticking around and waiting for the decision. We are not having that day. The other day against Poland, we waited. Against Armenia, we waited for how long, Neeraj? Like maybe
2 hours.
2 hours nearly.
We waited a couple hours.
Exactly.
And
like
then
we
there was a
waited.
forfeit. Yeah.
We waited, and I'm glad that people in the chat are waiting with us. Thank you for getting us to 100. Means a lot. Your support is really good, and we have a lovely chat once again here, supporting India. Hopefully, the decision goes in our
And
favor.
just checking on some other checking from some other sources, it seems like Divya is leaving nothing up to chance. So she has been glued to a seat just in front of the camera, probably to make sure that there's if they say that you need to continue from the same position, so as to
She's
just
there.
clear to have absolutely no doubt. She has made sure that she has not moved from the seat at all. So she just glued there right in front of the camera. And yeah, so actually there was this kind of debate happened in the Nakamura versus Ali Reza. There was a disconnection, and Ali Reza claimed that it was a chess 24 thing. And then Nakamura had an issue saying that Ali Reza got up from the chair right after the game.
Yes, yes.
So that turned out to be ugly, and I think eventually common logic prevailed, and they declared it a draw, which was kind of so the thing is, Hikaru was just losing that position.
Yeah.
But he managed to get a draw because of the fact that Ali Reza got up from the seat. So I think Divya is leaving nothing up to chance here.
Exactly. And one important thing is, again, guys who are new here, like, we are waiting for the resolution. India has appealed, Indian team and the captain has appealed to
And,
FIDE. We'll
yeah.
be waiting for that, what
We
happens.
We have.
It will take a long time, though, Anurag. If we remember how long it took that day, so it's
That day it
definitely going to
took
take a
2 hours.
long
Like
time.
we are
We
hoping
have
that it doesn't
Aditya
take 2 hours,
Arora in the chat.
but
Is
we
it
are hoping
will
that
it
the
be Aditya
decision
Arora?
goes in our favor. Yes, Neeraj, somebody friendly here. Google
Yeah, I mean, no,
Cloudflare.
Aditya, let us know if uh you
What do
are
you
the
mean
same
like?
Aditya Arora
What
that
do you
you know,
mean like?
Aditya Vidit Arora.
Free chess video says there's a major outage of Google Cloudflare. Like Cloudflare is a different server, right? Like what? How is Google and Cloudflare? Even both the servers, both the DNS servers are having issues. Is it possible rematch? Maybe this is a DNS issue in India. It could be, but let's see if that like calls for us, like calls for a favor for us. But one important thing is I feel like it will be fair to start a match fresh rather than from this
Yeah.
position because probably everybody, although Divya is glued to a seat, one day if our opponent is also glued
That
to the
way,
seat, like
Anurag, even Humpy did get disconnected, and when you get connected back, you lose time, right? You have to also consider that.
No, but okay, I think she played a lot of moves after that, so she I think she had enough
Sometimes
time.
you lose time, and
No, she at least played a good 25, 30 moves after that, or 35 moves. So in 35 moves, if you're saying 35 or 30 moves back,
not
the time is going to be affecting with an increment. I think that's not fair. I think that would be making a few excuses, right?
yeah, it is
well,
possible for a rematch, but it is up to FIDE to decide that. Their decision, of course. If they feel like, this is an overall issue caused on a widespread basis,
because
then
when
maybe they
we look at
could
the
think and give
disconnect
it a
side,
thought.
they are going to consider all the three boards because Humpy was also playing. They will see the if they say that it is chess.com servers down, they have to also consider Humpy's game to some extent, whatever it may be.
Well, maybe, but that would be a little bit crazy if they take Humpy also. I don't think Russia will agree for that. Maybe
Yeah,
they
Russia
might
won't.
agree for this, especially if Putin puts in his thought. Like if Putin says you have to play,
Sai
then
Chris says
probably
they should.
like
Yeah.
India, probably Russians will have to play. Of course, nobody stands
So
against it.
Wade says, can you analyze Humpy's yesterday's game? How to play an Armageddon? Um, she was exchanging pieces, and how what was her approach? So Anurag, shall we do that in the meantime?
Yeah, surely we can do that, guys, for you. Like,
But would it be possible to bring up the game, or would that be really difficult? Oh, you do have the game?
I think this was the
Yeah.
game, right? I have the game here.
Yes. This was the game. So we'll quickly just go through since it was an Armageddon. Anurag, if you can just flip the board, it would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just quickly resize this, Neeraj. Apparently, something has gone wrong here.
Okay, Aditya Arora says, I'm from Haryana. I used to play in state and national level during my school days, 2004 to 2000. Maybe mixed me up with someone else. Yes, we did, Aditya. We do have another friend with the same name,
Yeah.
and he used to play as well in that time frame when you used to play. So we haven't really played in chess in the same tournament or category after under 9, I believe. So it would have, so we thought it was him, and it was like, great to reconnect with him. Not that you coming on the stream is giving us any displeasure. So welcome to the stream, and we are happy that you're here, Aditya.
Yeah. So I
Humpy's
think.
board, they won't consider because according to rules, you need to stop the game and appeal immediately.
Okay. So you need to stop the game and appeal immediately. Okay, that's interesting. Another insight there. Like, I'll just be back in 1 second, guys. So.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly come back.
So if we have any updates, Nandini will bring us the updates, and we probably will just analyze a couple of things. So we will be analyzing the Armageddon game. Just to explain to everyone what the Armageddon is. The Armageddon is a tiebreaker game which will end in a decisive result. So what happens is white gets 5 minutes without any increment. Black gets 4 minutes. So black gets 1 minute lower, as well as black plays second. But if the game ends in a draw, the black team qualifies or the black team wins, and so white has to play for a win compulsory.
Yeah.
So
White needs to go for a win, and black is okay with either a draw or a win. But the time is less for black, so black gets less time.
Humpy dropped to 18 seconds and started playing when the disconnect took place.
okay.
It
That's
will
what your
really
sounds.
like to be honest with you, I'm really I would be really happy if they manage to get all three gates to play again. But we'll see. We'll wait and see. And it's a technical issue.
Ernest, what is the result so far? The result is 4.5, 1.5 in favor of Russia at the moment. India have definitely appealed, and let us see how that goes. And Aditya Arora says, I know he defeated me during the nationals in Mangalore. So probably we did have an Aditya Arora play, an Aditya Arora. So yeah,
That's interesting.
would have been interesting.
Well, let's have a look at the Armageddon. So people
Yeah.
have asked for the Armageddon. Let's have a look how Humpy did it in this one.
So Monika Sochko is playing white against Humpy with the black pieces. So Anurag, yeah.
Okay, so one more thing is, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just.
Yeah.
One more thing is, it's not just chess.com about cloud, and there are different globally also there are some tweets that have come out that there were disconnections on other platforms as well, and not just chess.com. So
Okay, that's interesting. So that seems like more of a DNS issue. Either Google India or Cloudflare or whatever OpenDNS you use, maybe they went down. They had some issue. But okay, let's continue and see the game, guys, because we are here.
Anjurati says, "How old are you, Nandini?" Probably you'd have to text her that, Anju. Probably you'd have to text her that, and she probably would reply to you.
Okay, let's have this. Like this is just started off with the Catlin, and here we had a very interesting weird choice with knight d2 by white. Normally you don't see this. We see queen a4, we see knight f3, and then let's say bishop e7, then queen a4. Black has number of plans that black can play bishop d7. I'm sure Neeraj, you have played this yourself. After knight e5, bishop c6 is one of the ideas here. Numerous number of plans that black can play within this. Guys, if you enjoy this, like if you want something like this to be also done for our streams, you can let us know. We can get that on the stream next time also. Some opening ideas or so if you have any. But do let us know on Discord or join us on our socials also. So after knight f3 and then bishop e7, queen a4. That would be the normal plan. Knight d2 just gives away the d4 pawn, and Humpy gladly just accepts it.
I think knight d2 was mistake, so to say, right?
I think it was just a gamble. I feel I don't understand what knight d2 is doing here. I've never seen knight d2. It does give some compensation, but not really enough, to go give a pawn away immediately like this. I think black.
Anurag, what do you think are the chances that knight d2 was a pre-move?
It could have been a pre-move. To which position, Neeraj? Like bishop b4 and knight d2.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay, that could be very well possible, guys. Yeah.
Do you think she could have expected bishop b4 or something like that?
It could be. It could be. She could have expected maybe Humpy plays bishop b4 very often here, and she expected. But I feel like it's a very weird thing to do.
Or sometimes maybe it's not even a pre-move. Maybe it's not even a pre-move, but you just leave your mouse on a particular spot expecting a move.
If you did see her video, the minute she played it, she
covered up her face in a little bit of disgust.
She made a mistake, there.
Exactly.
It just happened by mistake.
Yeah, so it definitely is a blunder, guys. Like knight d2 is definitely not an opening move. It's a blunder. And now black has 2 pawns up here. So after castling, what black does is spoils white structure with c3. Gives up. That's a nice idea to keep in mind.
Yeah.
White would have captured on c4 and kept some counterplay on the c file. So what black does is just play c3 and makes life a little bit difficult because now still maintaining a pawn up, but the c3 pawn could be useful to prevent any attack on this c7 idea. Just an interesting idea. Not that it was necessary. But castling and then e4. White has the right approach. She needs to get something going quickly here. She's the pawn down finally. Knight c6. Knight c6 here. And after knight c4, we have knight d7. Now, do you think you would have done something differently in this position, Neeraj? Would you have tried for something more? Knight d2 was primo. I saw live video. Okay, knight d2 was primo to bishop b4 check only makes sense. Because even the normal situation, you don't play knight d2 in that position. Like again, after bishop e7, you don't play knight d2. So I wonder for what she played. Only bishop b4 check knight d2 seems like a logical choice. Anyways, coming to the game here.
But in the chat, Auntie, she says, "Hi guys, great going, nice to see you." Yeah, thanks a lot. Great to have you in the chat, and glad that you're actually watching the stream. Yeah, Anurag. Coming back here. So basically in the Armageddon, the tendency of black is knowing that a draw is sufficient, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do not, you kind of always have this approach to make it as difficult as possible for your opponent to win. So, you have to understand the fact that Humpy is not going to be choosing the best moves here. She's going to be choosing the moves that give her opponent the least chances of winning.
Exactly.
You know,
So that's one
least
important
possible
Armageddon.
complications.
Armageddon
Yeah,
strategy, guys. That's one highlight I wanted to put in here. Armageddon strategy. You want to keep it least complicated because a draw is sufficient to win an Armageddon. Yes, and you would do something differently here, Neeraj, if there was they were given a choice here. Maybe it's not very easy to decide, right?
yeah.
So she goes knight
Eh,
c6, and
There's still a fair way that Black has to develop her pieces. So I think Humpy just did that, right?
exactly, she did that, knight c6, and then followed with knight d7. Maybe a little bit concerned about e5 and knight g5 complications. So prophylactic response coming in, knight d7. And the point is, I think Black is anyways looking forward to go with the bishop here. Maybe that's why Humpy doesn't feel awkward
Yeah.
in placing the knight here. But I think White managed to get some play going nicely here after bishop f4, because now the pawn is pretty weak here. Like, it's not easily possible for us to defend, and bishop d8 was one way to do it, but not very ideal to do this in this situation considering all the pieces are on the back rank in this position. So Humpy went with e5, sacrificed the pawn back, and then we have an equal position here, and things got a little bit difficult for Humpy. Wouldn't you agree, Neeraj? Here?
Yeah, things got difficult here, but I think see now what has happened is Humpy in a bid to avoid all complications, she gave back the pawn, but now she's even in a passive position. But I
Exactly.
think she played very well after this.
Exactly. So let's see what happens after this. So rook b1, then comes b6. Clearly, you want to get the bishop out, meaning not exactly to get the bishop here, but even to move the bishop here, the b7 pawn is an attack. So black
Yeah.
takes care of it. Out comes bishop f4, bishop e6, bishop e3, and queen c8. And now Humpy has managed to regroup her pieces well. She has lost the pawn advantage that she has, but she has a decent position here. F4, bishop h3, like f5 is going to be annoying, and this bishop may find it difficult to go to some appropriate square, like bishop d7, not very ideal, and white might push e5, f6 and create counterplay. So black has the right approach.
Also,
Yeah,
as we spoke earlier, you know, you do not want to allow your opponent to attack very easily, and when you play a move like f5, you're allowing your opponent to push a pawn towards your king with a tempo, which you ideally do not want to do in an Armageddon. So
exactly.
for bishop h3, white played the move f5. I think she could have also chosen bishop h1, right? Do you think bishop h1 was something that she could have thought of?
She definitely could have thought of bishop h1 also in this position. Yeah. So to keep extra pieces on the board to make it even more complicated, that could have been interesting. But this is an Armageddon, so probably the players are trying to make the choices fast. f5 looked more relevant here because it cuts off the queen from coming on h3 and creating complications. And white
Yeah.
can also look for e5, f6 somewhere down the road. But Humpy played well after this. After bishop g2, king g2 comes f6. F6 was not something I would have liked to play. I've kept rook e8 and bishop f6 going here, but Humpy takes it easy with f6. I feel like this diagonal should have been capitalized on by white immediately, but white delayed it. Bishop c5, rook d2, rook d1, and then rook d2, rook d2, and the queen moves. So there is no way that white could take that diagonal. I think white could have done slightly better by getting in queen b3 somewhere here. So king goes to h8.
Yeah.
At least one entry point or waypoint you can say to f7
Exactly.
exists after this. But that didn't happen, and after rook takes d2, queen takes d2, you do have control over the file, and d7, rook queen d7 can pop in here, but black played fine after this. Queen e8 putting pressure here, no time for queen d7. e4 is hanging immediately, so white went with queen e2, and then after rook d8, black managed to equalize here. Queen
Yeah.
c4,
And
and king f8
all
was a
black
nice
needs to
move.
do is equalize.
Exactly. King f8, like this is what I was talking about earlier. When you play queen b3, you drive the king towards the corner, make it difficult for him to come back in the game. And Humpy chose king f8 here because there are no tactical refutation to this line. Like there is no bishop d6, bishop h6, etc. And the king stays closer. It's the end game, and the king can
Yeah.
be helpful in the end game towards this.
Your guys must realize that a pair of rooks have got exchanged and another pair of rooks is almost on the verge of getting exchanged. Hence, black can bring the king towards the center with
Exactly.
minimal risk.
Yeah, minimal risk. Yeah, towards the center, not many pieces, only one rook. If it gets exchanged like it did on the next move, now the king is quite
Yeah.
safe here in the center. We are heading towards the end game now. h4, white tried to get some possibilities, but black held her own very nicely here. a5. Now after a5 comes on the board, I think this move actually helped black because now somewhere down the road it's very easy to create a pass pawn immediately with b5 popping in there. With the pawn on a2, it would still take some time for black to make it happen.
Yeah.
So, important simple thing to keep in mind: don't unnecessarily push your pawns. A4 was
And
maybe unnecessary.
what Anurag means by creating a pass pawn, it's not that black is planning to make a queen out of the pawn. It's not like black is going to promote. But for any kind of white's play, black will have counter play with the pass pawn, and counter play is a very important aspect of defense in chess.
Exactly.
So that is what Anurag means when he says that black is going to create a pass pawn. It doesn't mean that it's going to promote guys, but yeah, it's always going to threaten white and make white use resources for the pawn. Yeah, Anurag, yeah, let's continue.
Exactly.
A5,
So
queen A6.
queen a6, king f7. And surprisingly, the king is holding its own here on the f7 square after h6. There is no way that white can generate enough possibilities because not enough pieces on the board for white. Maybe an extra knight or something would have been useful. Extra bishop would have been a killer instance here, but that's missing. And Humpy played very nicely here after this. Queen d1, queen c4. Once again, you have to remember, guys, any perpetual Humpy would have been happy because that calls for a win for India. So
And
white tries to
this is
complicate
why
things.
Yeah, and this is why it's very important to understand that Humpy has taken a very aggressive approach. She could have kept the queen on d7. White did not really have any really good threats, right?
Yeah.
So making waiting moves in this position would probably be okay, but the easiest way to draw is the easiest way to play the position is by having active pieces, and we call this in endgame, the active pieces always have a very vital role to play. When black can play queen e7, I think Anurag, and queen e7, black is not too worried about too many threats, right? You can play queen e7, queen d7 for a couple of moves, but that's not what Humpy wants to do.
Exactly. And somebody in the chat is saying, like, Sagar asked for an email. Is this something that FIDE has also asked for? Is this something they would like for us to do? To genuinely send in a massive response like this?
If that is the case, I think we should be doing it, right, Anurag? I think
Definitely.
if
Like,
that
if
is the
that is
case,
something which
I
is a
think
need
we
of the
should be
hour, I
doing
think
it.
that should be done immediately. Neeraj, can you
Yeah.
do it definitely? And
Okay. So I shall be typing it out then. Yeah.
definitely. I mean, just verify
Somebody in
whether
the
this is
chat.
something that has been asked for or called for.
Okay.
And told him to
So
do this. Okay, well, that's with its thing, but okay. Anyways, it's definitely
if it can even remotely help, we shall do it, guys. Do let me know on which email I should be sending it.
I think it's chess.com support email, I guess. You'll find it
Do we have?
on the website. And no one is going to review 70k responses. No, they're not going to review 70k responses, but if they want our support, we should give it to them. I mean, they're just waiting for a massive response, and if it's the need of the hour, then we can support them definitely. Whatever helps India come back here, because this is a sad way to lose the Olympiad.
Okay. Anurag, so since it is your account, should we do it from our streaming account? Since you have logged in from your chess.com account, is it better if you do it from your account?
Okay.
I cannot do it from my account. You can type out the
we
email
have
and send me.
you will have
That
to
would be
email,
lovely.
But the update here, FIDE has actually tweeted about this, and they are actually looking into it. Official appeal has been already submitted, but also the global issue was also tweeted by them that they know that the issue is there. So
okay, that's a good sign for us Indians, because the FIDE,
yeah.
if FIDE is tweeting, the FIDE entire body is tweeting that the global response on the DNS server, whatever it is an issue, then maybe things could work out for us. Let's hope for the best.
Okay.
And my rank, I don't know actually. What is my rank? I am not checked on this. I'll have to check it out. But my rating at the moment is 2-4.
In the recently concluded national championships, Anurag finished fourth. Was it fourth or fifth?
I forgot. Is it fourth or fifth?
Yeah,
I don't remember, guys. So okay, but I finished in the top 5 something. And
he did finish in the top 5 in the national championships, the last one, which was conducted in Sikkim in December 2019. So yeah.
And okay, so let's continue with this. And after queen d1, creating the counterplay chances, it's always going to be difficult. Like, if you think you can just win a pawn here, no time for that, guys, because do we have a mate itself? Okay, at least we have a perpetual for sure here. That's the that's good enough for black to go into this, because a perpetual is what black is sufficient. It's an Armageddon. A draw is sufficient for black, and to get going,
Yeah,
I think this will be a little too ambitious and maybe not the best idea. I think, right, Neeraj? Like maybe king comes out here,
possible. It is
and
actually
maybe
you seem to make it work, but maybe it isn't.
it
It
isn't
could work.
working.
It could work.
What exactly are you
Yeah, but
planning
then
to do? Like,
I can just take on g5, right?
you're going to get mated, Neeraj.
Oh, there's queen f7. Sorry, it is queen f7 check. I
Yes, you
totally missed
cannot
that.
do this, guys. Like that would have been unfortunate. Like you just get mated here. But that is one thing which
Uh,
you can think of is king at seven. I'm sure
yeah,
Humpy would never do this, but I don't think this is really needed. Like it's
it's not
just too
required.
much. It's too much. Like you not don't need
By the
it.
way, Shreyas Lotlikar in the chat. Yes, hey guys, are all of you Goans? Yes, we all three are Goans. Hence the name Goan Chess Trio.
Yes, yeah. The name is goanchesstrio. We are definitely all Goans here. We have a Goan also playing in the team, by the way. We have Bhakti Kulkarni in the team, the Olympiad team. So queen c4 check, and then king here, e5. Right approach, you need to create some possibilities. So white is trying to open up. A draw is not enough for white here. Queen c2, and Humpy coolly picks up the f5 pawn. So
Yeah.
ef6, queen f6, and you have to just witness, because after this, right, actually Humpy is better now already. She's a pawn up, and white just doesn't have enough resources to create any problems for black here. But Humpy played it so coolly that it's a nice sight here. Queen f7 changes, queen d5 check, king h2, and just king f7. A cool move once again. No need to rush in this. I was on the stream, actually I was thinking of this move b5, which was possible, because if queen into b5, we have bishop g1 check and some tactics coming on the
Yeah.
board. And this is where my idea of b5 creating a pass pawn becomes worthwhile, because now I immediately have an outside pass pawn, which will always be a problem for white. But Humpy just plays it very cool and calmly with king f7. h5 was met with queen e6, of course trying for the exchange. White refuses it. King g8, king hiding here. And white just doesn't have anything that she can target. Like no weakness here, no weakness here. It's just difficult for white.
So in this position, I remember while covering the game live, Anurag was so excited, and Anurag was rooting for the move b5. Naturally, instinctively, Anurag wanted to go b5, but I was against the move, and Humpy actually did not play b5 because in an Armageddon here, again stressing on the point, black just needs a draw. So Anurag has this killing mentality. He just loves to just win a game.
No,
So even if he
I just love to go for tactics, like if they're available on the board, like I tend to. But of course, in
yeah
such situations, even I would probably make the wiser decision, hopefully.
yeah
And my instincts wouldn't get better of me. They shouldn't get better of you also in the chat. Like, you should try to control your instincts here. Just because you see a tactic, it's not the thing. Like, it should depend on the situation. And Humpy will show you what happened. Like, you will see something crazy happening in the following moves. Keeping it very simple, here also I was again looking at a resource, tactical resource, which is bishop e7, bishop g5. But see, you have a bishop on c5 holding everything together, and you don't want to create the unnecessary weaknesses. Like, you don't need a win here, a draw is sufficient. So Humpy just coolly brings back the queen. White tries bishop e1. I think she forgot about the h5 pawn, I think. That was a blunder, but one more pawn up in an arsenal. And then here also, she could have just tried queen h5 actually. The point is, white can never exchange the queens, because, okay, you just, once the queen's off the board, like there is no way that white can ever win this, so a draw was sufficient anyways. And queen e2, and you could have a perpetual. But Humpy, okay, this time she goes for queen into e1, more logical. There is no pop check also, like king at here and the king goes to h7. There is absolutely nothing. So Humpy is now going to go for the win after queen d1. And here I think she repeated, like, this is the crazy part. Like, she repeated here. I think she was winning immediately. White definitely avoiding the repetition, because a draw is never sufficient. But okay, after queen d1, I think here we could have just seen bishop e7. Is that a mate, Neeraj?
yeah that is just about mate.
Not really
It's
a
like a
mate,
mate.
maybe. No, not really. Actually, the king is escaping. But I thought I'd
King
seen a
is
mate here in this position somehow, guys. I forgot what it was now. Or was there a mate? Maybe I
oh,
miscalculated.
maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't a mate, but white could definitely.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
even
It
h5
is
is
winning
winning.
though,
It's winning. It's winning,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But she went with king f4, and here queen f1 immediately snapped that queen. I mean, you could see many different things like bishop check and so, but no That's not what Humpy goes for. She goes king f7 here. Okay, now you should probably put b5. But here onwards, the game is just nothing. There's nothing left here. It's just immediately winning.
Yeah, I think after this, it's not much explanation required, right? So, Ved, I hope you have.
Let's just show this
Yep.
critical element. Like she was pre-moving, probably trying to save as much time. She had enough time, but we didn't see a queen here. That was the falling element. But okay, she went on to win after this, and there's nothing much left here. By the way, guys, is there any update?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
The mail IDs, I don't have them, Sarthak. I don't have them here. Like if you have them, you can post them.
Provide some email IDs and just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can just post it in the chat so that people also can get aware of it. And so Fide is actually looking at this, and apparently could be a very long wait for us, guys, once again.
Okay.
So
we'll actually put it out in the chat for the time being.
Okay, so it is an email to David Lada,
what?
who is the
David Lada is the coordinator. Is this?
No, he's
the head of PR. Fide,
yeah.
Okay. Personal is a P. Okay, whatever it is. Public relations, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, public relations.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there we go. We'll put it out over here. What we'll do is we'll also put the I'll also put it in the description, okay?
Definitely,
I'll put it in the first thing in the description is I'm going to be putting this email ID. That is, but please, if you guys have got disconnected,
yeah, we don't want to promote this, guys. Like if you actually
honestly, then please do mail. See, now amongst the three of us, Anurag and the both of us, we are not going to send a mail because we were not on chess.com. We have not got disconnected. So we are going to be honest. Don't just put in a mail if you have not got disconnected. Give an honest, send an honest mail. So Anurag, you have got disconnected. So please do send a mail because Vidit said that could help. So
yeah, actually, to be honest with you guys, I got disconnected not exact time when they got disconnected. So I got disconnected at a different time, just like maybe a few seconds before that, and then I got reconnected. I think so. I didn't see that, but anyways, I did get disconnected twice. Actually, I faced this issue twice. Neeraj, you must have seen the screen blinking for a while, and I was going to ask you if
I did see on the first occasion. On the second occasion, I didn't notice it because I was so worried about.
I did not get disconnected at the time Divya and Nihal lost the game, guys. So that is out of the question here. I got disconnected a few maybe seconds before that because my screen was blinking. I was about to ask the stream if my stream is still live. So then I realized that stream is still fine, but it was just a minute disconnection. I didn't think of it too much, but now maybe I should send them an email, and I will do it immediately here.
Yeah.
Let me open.
So I'm again putting it in the description, guys. That will be the first thing in the description.
Maybe just one more space.
By the way, guys, like, is the chess results thing updated with the scores? Yeah, it is updated with the scores, but okay, that's fine.
Okay, Anurag. So I think it would be wise for you to send it from your registered email ID, right?
Yeah, so I'm sending it from my registered email ID, of course.
Yeah, the one that you have, and probably you can also give a link to the live stream, and so that they can you can just provide the link as well, Anurag.
So guys, I think the link is in the description to the first email. The email ID. So please do send a mail if you did get disconnected.
Again, a humble request to everyone: please make sure only if you actually faced the issue on chess.com at that same time. Or in and around 2-3 seconds maybe, then only go forward and send a mail. Please do not spam, and be truthful, you guys. I think being truthful is the least that we can do, because they are genuinely probably investigating this to give us another shot at it. So I think we should be truthful here.
Okay, so another thing is actually Humpy did lose a lot of time. That is a point of it. She came down to 18 seconds. She lost 2 minutes. I don't know what exactly, but she also got disconnected. So that is another issue. Okay.
Okay, but that could boil over. I think if they want a Humpy rematch as well.
The point is, in one of the games, I don't know which game, Duda did get disconnected.
Okay.
And he lost 3 minutes or something.
Okay.
And chess.com actually gave him 3 minutes.
Oh my God! If that was the case, Divya lost 9.5 minutes in one of the match. I just want to tell you that.
Which game and all, but that has happened. So yeah.
Okay, so Amit Jalan said, "Hello guys, I'm here for the first time. What has happened? What is the update?" Okay, so yes, I'm going to summarize this very quickly while Anurag writes an email to FIDE. So the issue that happened was the first match ended in a tie, 3-3, and match two was going on. We had the three boards ending in a draw, and then suddenly what happened is in a fairly comfortable position, Divya Deshmukh, who was playing on time pressure, and Nihal Sarin, who was playing on time pressure, both of them happened to have lost on time. And even Humpy, as sources say, Humpy too had substantial amount of time. She dropped down to 18 seconds, which was a drastic drop in time. And this happened not because of an internet connection issue, but this happened because of a server crash or something more technical. Anurag, what was that? A DNS server?
Probably a DNS server
Yes.
issue, right? Somebody mentioned like Google
Yeah.
Cloudflare and OpenDNS all were down apparently for India. So maybe that was the issue.
So this is what actually happened. And then all three players went on to, Nihal Sarin and Divya Deshmukh lost the game right there on time. Humpy managed to reconnect, but was playing under severe time trouble and ended up losing the game. So India have appealed to that decision, and FIDE are investigating it. I think they would need conclusive evidence to show that there was it was not a disconnection on the player's part, but it was a server crash. And I think if it's a server crash, then they would consider the appeal and investigate it and come up with a decision. So we are actually waiting for the verdict over here by FIDE. So the appeal is being investigated by the FIDE Commission.
Yeah, my email has been sent, Neeraj. So
Guys, the email ID is not wrong. David Lada is double L.
Yeah.
Can we just confirm that the one? Oh, David dot Lada.
No, they have just changed it. We just got an update.
Okay, we just got an update, guys.
There was a dot which
was missed out.
Which was not given. So now I think we just changed the email ID.
Yeah.
So
it's there in the
David.Lada, is it?
guys.
David.Lada.
Yeah, it is David.Lada.
And the
So
same
it was
spelling,
the wrong
right?
email ID given to us earlier, but now I think we have got the correct email ID. We will also post it in the chat.
Yeah.
So everyone will have it. It's a David.Lada, which was missing. The dot was missing earlier.
Yeah, so I think my email has been sent. I've done the needful. But guys, like one thing is that don't simply send an email and you do the needful only if you have actually gotten disconnected during the during this this event when it happened. I got disconnected in the same time frame, like maybe a few seconds prior to it. So hence I sent an email. Just don't simply send it if you were not there on chess.com or you actually did not get disconnected. Like let's make it clear, guys. So just because we are giving you the email doesn't mean you just spam it up with a mail to him. This is not what we want. We are not promoting that.
By the way, Anurag, I hope you did attach a link to the stream as well.
No, I did not attach the link to the stream, of course.
I don't think they're going to check the streams, right?
No, I thought it was just added proof, you know.
Stream also mentioned you're a grandmaster and you were live streaming and you got disconnected. So at least they would actually look into it.
But is it like, on the stream, like, do you all come to know whether I get disconnected? Was it blinking anywhere on the stream?
Yeah, we come to know because I saw you disconnected once.
It does blink, right? The clocks start flickering.
Yeah, so we'll have to check a live stream and see whether it showed up on the live stream because it was blinking here for me, but it was not like too long. I think it happened at least twice for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it once, Anurag. I saw it happen once, but we can't really check the live stream now. So
and I'll just be back, guys.
So guys who are new here, definitely do hit the like button and subscribe. The Olympiad is here. We're waiting for a decision. We're waiting. The FIDE has we have appealed to FIDE.
1 minute. Anurag, the funny thing is, There's no provision for this. If you know that, there's no provision by FIDE here for this. If such a thing ever happens for by chess.com, if there is a server crash or such a thing, there's nothing mentioned in the clause. It just says that have a good internet connection, a trustworthy one, and that is it. So
Yeah,
they've
I
not
mean,
really, they don't. So the
like,
arbiters and all will actually have to decide. FIDE and the arbiters who are in charge and chess.com, they'll have to decide. It's going to take some time at least.
yeah, I mean, the point here is like, current situation. Okay. Oh, the point here is this is being online organized for the first time online. So maybe they were not really prepared for uh, such a thing to happen also. So that's why no clause. I mean, if they had really predicted, or if this was held earlier and they were really used to it, then yes, I mean they would have taken into account and probably had a fail-safe backup plan. So let's say if chess.com is failing, maybe they could have had an alternative server they could play on or something like that. Or maybe chess.com has an alternative server themselves that they could arrange. But that was not the case. This is the first time it's being held. And we don't know if this will continue in the future too. So maybe that was also one of the important reasons. They didn't expect such an outage or such a break at such a high scale. And it happened to everybody in the Olympiad. Like I got news that we have had it happen to Duda, and he got 3 minutes refunded. We know a game earlier when Divya got disconnected like this, and she was she lost about 9 minutes on the clock during that game. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was a chess.com issue or her internet issue, but at the moment, today's game, I think everybody agrees that it was definitely something to do with the server and not an individual disconnection, because three players disconnected at nearly the same time. Humpy lost and came down to about 18 seconds. Nihal was not having any time on the clock, so he just lost the game, got flagged, and same happened to Divya. She also got flagged. Let's just show them the board actually. If you go to see in this position, White has an excellent position on the board. Divya is White here, and there is no way that she should have technically got flagged here because it's not even a complicated position. She can make a simple move and just she has her own time to do. Same goes for Nihal. If you go to Nihal's board here, like after a few
Yeah,
complications, we have this position on the board where Black could have still played 97 and continued fighting. It's not lost immediately here, guys. So
yeah.
it's unfortunate that they got
And
disconnected. Yeah,
yeah, Ayush, Humpy could not have stopped and claimed it. It is not possible. She had time. She cannot take the risk of just sitting and saying that I got disconnected and I don't want to continue the game. She can't do that. If she
exactly.
has time on the clock, she's going to play it. She just can't. It's if it's an on the board tournament, you can call the arbiter and you can do such a thing. But this is an online tournament. You can't take the risk of doing that, Ayush.
Exactly. Like you cannot really risk it, and it's not really possible in the heat of the moment. Like you get disconnected and you lose connection. You could talk to the arbiter maybe on the call. I don't know if Humpy did that. Hopefully, she has done that. She was speaking to the arbiter and relaying to him the knowledge that she's got disconnected, but she's connected on the call via whatever platform they use, Zoom, Skype, I don't know. But if that happened, then maybe at least the arbiter also knows that such a thing has happened and she did get disconnected from the server. Let's see what it works out. Against Albania, we had to wait for 2 hours, guys. So I'm really glad that some of you here are still waiting and waiting
Yeah,
for a decision to be relayed. Glad to have you here, guys. And once again, to remind you guys, we are a small channel, but we are definitely going to do this very frequently. Olympiad is not the only thing we are streaming. So we'll be streaming on a regular basis. And we are also looking forward to your inputs and your ideas. If you have suggestions, you can definitely ping us on Discord in our chat channels, or you can follow us on our socials. Drop a comment down below if you have any ideas. We'll definitely make sure to get some of that on the stream
yeah.
next time. Yeah,
And Ayush, again, if we had to win, the point is if the disconnect, if she was already in a winning position, let's assume, then the disconnect is probably did not stop her from winning. So, I mean, why would anyone, you don't claim when you have won a game. You claim you have an appeal when you lose a game or the result has not gone in your favor. If you win the game, there's no appeal there, obviously.
exactly. Yeah. So apparently Emil is coming on Sotoski's channel. Sorry, Emil is coming on Samay's channel. Sorry. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
he's not come actually. He's not come.
So keep us updated, guys. If you have anything, like
Yeah.
if any decision, Andy is
It's
keeping
actually
updated.
going to take a while because I was just checking because I got this email ID and stuff from Sagar itself. So The point is, we have some time. And Sagar has said the same thing. Like, you could loosen up now. We have some time. It's going to take some time for the decision to come out.
It might take some time, guys. So you have to stay buckled up here and wait, because it's not going to be a decision which is like the committee will have to decide it, talk it out, and like figure out what is the issue. But FIDE
Okay,
tweeted a
Anurag,
while.
Anurag, as you continue talking, I'll just be back in a minute. Okay, just give me
Yeah.
a minute.
Definitely. Yeah. So one important thing is FIDE tweeted out a while earlier that they're aware of this major outbreak, and that not about the pandemic, of course, not about the pandemic. They're talking about this server issue that they had, and a lot of people, I think maybe the DNS issue, I don't know. It could be the DNS issues on India's side or worldwide. I don't know. They had some downtime, so they are aware of it, and they did tweet about it apparently. So some good news, some bad news. Armenia did not get a chance. Let's see what happens here. I'm still glued here, and we are waiting for quite some time, guys, because the games were about after 5:30, I think 6:30. We are waiting for a significant amount of time. During Armenia's disconnection, we waited for nearly 2 hours, and I think this is an even bigger decision for FIDE because it's two boards discussing at the same time. So probably a lot of discussion going to be going on there. Let's see what happens. Rating wise, like I didn't get your point, Shay. Like rating wise tournament, meaning like rating wise tournaments are anyways held all over, like in India and elsewhere. So I don't know what instance you're referring to. One of the members is Russian. Okay, that's okay. Like Russian, I'm sure like he'll be unbiased. He's in the FIDE, of course, so he has to give an unbiased decision. I'm waiting, guys. If it's a rematch, then that would be lovely. Like I don't mind a rematch. I'm happy to cover another hour. Like I'm happy. It should be a fair decision, and hopefully the decision in favor of India. A little biased here, of course. I'm an Indians fan, so I'm biased that it should be in favor of India. Emil hints towards good news. That's a good sign for us. Indirectly, if he has told it, then that's a good thing. Like that's something to cheer about. Emil has joined with some. Okay, that's good. Like, we are hearing some good news apparently in ND. I think Emil has indirectly said that, things could be a rematch here. And I wonder if
Is
the
it?
rematch is going to be only for this 3 games or only for these 2 games or for the entire total match. Because hopefully after this match restarts, imagine like, we have another server issue. Like, how crazy would that be?
Yeah.
So we'll keep wondering on that. But good to know that some people in the chat have enlightened us that we have some good news coming.
So yeah, let's see what is going to happen. We have to just wait, have patience.
Patience is required here, clearly.
Just give me a minute, Anurag. You can continue with the chat, please.
Definitely. Guys who are new here, definitely hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. We're doing this often. Olympiad is not the only thing we're going to stream, of course. And looking forward to your ideas and suggestions also. You can ping it here, right here in the live chat, or also you can put it in the comment section. We'll be taking that into account and trying to get you a better stream. Whatever support that we got today, we have some amazing people supporting us today through super chats and being here.
Okay.
Yeah, you were saying?
Anurag, one update is there is a good news. Now we don't know what the good news is, but there is a good news. So it's at least told to us indirectly that the Olympiad is not over. We have a good news that is going to be there. It's
Okay,
going to
so
very soon.
yeah, so I think that is exactly what the chat was telling us a while ago. I think
Yeah.
indirectly Emil hinted that things could be progressing, but we'll wait and see what exactly it is.
On Twitter is what I'm keeping an update actually, because we will get to know from Twitter.
We'll get to know from Twitter. Okay, Twitter is the platform to be on.
Yeah, because yeah, usually there's been regular updates there regarding our whatever the appeal and everything. Twitter is where I've been getting the information.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so he's basically there is some good news is what has been tweeted lately. So yeah,
Well, he has
it'll be
indirectly
announced in a
given
few
his.
minutes.
Okay, so we have indirect news from FIDE that we will be having some good news, guys. That's a good thing for us Indian fans. Now, I wonder what exactly is the good news, because any good news is good enough. Like, even if it's just 2 games, or it's 3 games, or it's the entire match,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
exactly.
too sad
That is
about it.
also good news for us.
We get one chance to come back, so that's important.
Exactly.
And if let's say Humpy's result is also counted in their favor, let's say the game is not resumed, and Nihal and Divya, we still have good chances of bouncing back. But I wonder if it'll be a
Yeah.
rematch completely. Like, that would be also very exciting. We'll have to cover the games again, and all the players playing once again. That also would be. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind anything where India gets a chance to bounce back. But guys, the chat, you'll have to wait for a while, because it's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be a 2 minute thing. It's going to take some time for FIDE to come up with a resolution here. So, an official decision. Informally, though, we have good news. Let's see.
Okay. Anurag, latest update. There is no match. They just declared joint winners. So both India and Russia are joint winners of the Online Olympiad. So
What is
that is
this?
the news right now.
Okay, that's a funny way to end this. Like that's
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
have any disputes or anything. I think it's a good way to. But
Yeah. Guys, I actually, Anurag, if you realize, right, I just spoke about this somewhere at the start of the stream, that in the Olympics they declared 2 bronze medal winners. This is for the gold, though. And is it like
wow.
because of the
That's
one match, like a 3-3? So maybe because considering that situation, they just
they
gave
must
it.
have
Yeah.
considered even the positions.
No, I don't think they would
No?
consider the positions. But yeah, great news, guys.
Yeah, so we are.
Yeah, joint gold medal winners.
Yeah.
Russia have had it, I don't know, innumerable number of times. So India have managed. I think, Anurag, thank you for your contribution too. I mean,
Definitely.
it definitely.
I don't know if that
Probably
made a
meant
significant
something.
impact, but I definitely did kneel them. Like that, I don't know if that had a major impact, but it's an interesting decision actually. Like losing it like this without creating any disputes down the road. So interesting way to resolve the
Yeah,
situation.
Anurag,
This is like
maybe just bring up that tweet just to make it official on
Which?
where
tweet.
exactly? Like
Yeah.
can you send me the link, Neeraj, like on Skype or something? Like
Yeah.
I don't.
They've not yet tweeted it, but it was said out,
Okay.
and it was told personally. So that is the point.
Okay, so
Okay,
like we want the
guys,
official tweet, guys. So we'll show you the official tweet on the screen here, guys. No problem. We'll show it to you.
The official tweet by chess.com India is out, by the way. You can
Yeah.
check out. Chess.com India has tweeted it actually.
Can you
Maybe we
please
just,
send me the
send him
link, guys? Like, can you
the
send me the link? Yes.
Yeah, I'll just type you the link.
Definitely, that would be helpful. So, guys, we have official confirmation here. This is like settling a brother-sister fight. We have a draw. Joint winners is what we are settling in for. Justice is served, and no matches anymore. A draw.
Okay, I
Even cut.
actually have sent you the link, Anurag.
Okay.
You'll get.
I just quickly need to put you off here, and yes, let me just.
Okay.
I think it was a very wise decision.
So the point is, he didn't have a clause of what to do if there's a disconnection, or they didn't have anything. Now, in that case, if India says we want to play, Russia says we don't want to play, there will again be a thing there.
No. The point is, if India continues and we win it, right, it will be unfair for Russia as well.
So many factors to this, right?
Exactly.
So fine,
like
joint.
Guys, you can see here that we have chess.com India's official tweet. Actually, let me resize it and make it even better for you to spot it. So we have the official. What happened here? Okay, this is not the way.
It's actually a very wise decision. Very happy.
Yeah. So those of you all who are waiting for an update, whoever is waiting for an update, India and Russia are joint winners of the FIDE Online Chess Olympiad. So that makes it India are gold medal winners. and this is historic for Indian chess. It's the first time ever India has got a gold medal in the Olympiad. So it's big news, guys. It is big news for India. And firstly, before thanking viewers, before thanking chess.com, I would like to thank every player from every country who participated in the Olympiad. Not just India, Russia, Armenia, not just these countries. I would like to thank every country from Botswana, South Africa, Algeria, Mongolia, every single country that have participated to make this event possible, right? And then to chess.com and to all the players, a huge shout out to all the players. And then, yes, the Indian team, what a journey it has been.
Exactly. I think, do
What
we have
a
an
journey.
official tweet from FIDE also about this? No, not yet.
Uh,
But like we
Not
have a
yet.
tweet on chess.com that definitely considered to be official, guys. So we have an official
Yeah.
confirmation that the Olympiad is declared as a joint
Yes.
winner.
It is. No, it is been retweeted here, guys. 1 minute ago, FIDE president Anurag, can you just scroll a little down there? Yeah, there you go. No, little Anurag. No. Just go to tweets.
Yeah.
There
The
you go.
goal details is written a bit down, Anurag.
Yeah.
It's they have actually tweeted it now.
Yeah, FIDE
Yeah.
president
Invited
Okay,
the
so
gold
we
made
have
a
the
medal.
tweet.
decision to give gold medals to both the teams, India and Russia. More details and an official statement to follow, guys.
So we have it official now by FIDE too.
It's official,
That
guys. It's official. We have
Yeah.
a draw here, and India wins a gold medal for the first time in the Olympiad, and this is an interesting way to get there.
it's nice that Anand. It's nice that he's got a gold along with the whole team.
Yeah.
There will be a statement, official statement released by FIDE, but thus far they have tweeted from the official handle that gold medals will be given to both the teams, India and Russia.
So maybe could we just add it? Maybe okay. Yeah. This is good news, guys. Maybe you could just put it up on the screen, Anurag. Just snip it. Yes, that would be perfect.
Yeah, I'll try to snip it and get it on the screen for you guys so that you all can see it here. So where is that board? Okay. I'll just go this here and I'll get a snip in here, guys, so that you can see it clearly.
What's the decision, Prajwal? The decision is that India and Russia are declared joint winners of the online FIDE Olympiad. So ML is spilling the beans on the other stream. Okay, yes. What's the decision now? And that's why we have the verdict. Vishy deserves a gold. Ayush, indeed. There are so many great players in so many sports that they've achieved each and everything except that one elusive title. Like, Tendulkar had the World Cup that he had never won. Every other record was, he had it in the books, but he didn't have that World Cup title. It's the same thing for so many other players in so many other sports. You may be considered great, but until you have that one title, you kind of feel incomplete. And I think Vishy has got it now. Vishy has definitely got it now. Having a goal for Vishy was, I don't know. I think the entire nation would be happy. In fact, the entire chess fraternity would be happy for him, right?
Definitely, yes. And to people.
And Vishy's all smiles. I can see Vishy on the screen. He's all smiles, excited, jubilant. Whatever adjectives you want to use, you could use. I think it's a great day for Anand. It's a great day for Vishy, right?
Exactly, a great day for the Indian fans because we finally get the Olympiad gold also added to our tally. We are going and we are on the way to becoming a superpower. Now, some technical issue, but finally, I think we do have the Olympiad also for Vishy and the Indian fans. Really excited about this. A very nice thing added to our tally. By the way, guys, the tweets are on the screen here, both the tweets. We have Fide just tweeting a couple of minutes earlier, and chess.com also tweeting that Fide has declared India and Russia both joint winners and gold medal winners of the Olympiad. And the further statement is awaited from Fide. They will release an official statement
I
pretty
think it will
soon.
be an official detailed statement what we are awaiting.
So
Exactly.
That one we'll wait for. We'll probably wait for it.
No, I think the declaration has been done. So I think it's done. India has won a gold.
Yes, so we have a
finally.
We have won
joint
the gold,
gold.
guys. You can definitely hit up on Twitter and check out the official statement later. It'll be a pretty long one with all the details mentioned and why exactly they came to this resolution. But that would take some time probably. And we have the official statement though, like Indians have got the Olympiad, we have got the gold. And FIDE has announced that they will be giving the gold. I don't know how exactly, but they will be giving the gold medals at least.
And on a personal note, right, apart from all this, I just hope someday, right, we become big enough where we can actually cover this like live, having someone like Vishy on our stream and just saying, these kind of moments are what you wait for as a sportsman.
Exactly, it would be lovely.
Not just as him personally, but if you're covering the event, you want to be covering these kind of moments. And I think it would have been awesome if we could have had Vishy, but unfortunately, yes.
It would have been really awesome if Vishy could join us, of course. That would have been lovely, but yeah. It's good to see, just the fact that India has won it and Vishy has won it is good enough, and we appreciate that. Really happy about it. Happy moment for us Indians. And celebration time for all the players in the team.
Yeah, Anurag, just a minute, yeah?
Yes. Is there any official
That is quite... so Sai on stream says, get Vishy on the stream. That is quite a task. If you can do it, we would more than appreciate it.
Yeah, if you could do it, then we would be more than appreciate. Like, we'd be more than happy to host Vishy here. But of course, he's on some team right now, and very lovely to have. Just the fact that we have one is more important to us.
Yes. Stay tuned. Stay tuned in the chat.
Stay tuned, guys.
We probably, yep.
That's nice. It's officially been announced, and yes, just a moment, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. Just getting a call. I think we're back, guys. There's a short moment there, and
yeah, true. Ayush, it is one hell of a day in the Indian chess history. Yes, it for those of y'all who may be thinking that it's just an online Olympiad, I think it's much more than that. It was not played with any fun intention. Okay, it wasn't. It was not fun at all. In the sense, it was very serious chess from every single team, and probably this year they should have had the Olympiad in Moscow, right, Anurag?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure. Is it Moscow?
Okay. It was supposed to be in Moscow, I believe. I'm not sure. I thought it was supposed to be in Moscow. Sai Chris, everyone, I don't know where they went, but we are here. We are definitely here. Let's just see what's there in the live chat. Okay. Okay. Yep. So we do let us know how you thought we covered the Olympiad. We tried to do our best, guys. I think we are trying to make sure that we improved every stream. Um, it was quite tough in the beginning because we were not getting the links. We had to individually search for every game, switch websites, and all that. Uh, I hope it was worth it for all of y'all.
Yes, guys. Hopefully, you all did enjoy the content that we provided, and if you all did, then definitely hit the like button and subscribe, because your support is what is motivating us to do more for you all. And y'all
Yep.
can definitely hit us up on our socials, join us on Discord. We do have chat channels there, and we'll be trying to make it better as we go along. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed
Shreya,
the Olympiad that we covered.
yeah,
Yes.
Shrey says that we did a great job. We are glad that you feel that way. And he says he hopes to see us daily. Aman says,
Definitely.
what is the result? India have won a gold medal in the Online Olympiad.
As you see on the screen, I think
Yeah.
we have the tweets.
We have the
on
tweets,
screen.
as you can see on the screen. One is the FIDE official tweet and one is the chess.com tweet. So please make sure that you read it out. And there should be a sense of real pride, right, for every Indian.
Exactly. Definitely a great moment for us Indians and as Indian fans, because getting the medal, Olympiad gold medal, is not a joke, and we have
So
got there.
if it is a great moment, why don't I see smiles on yours and Neeraj's faces? Why are y'all
We are
so
definitely
serious?
No,
smiling.
I think we are just doing something. Okay.
Yeah, we were just
Ayush
doing
says
something.
full of human analysis and interesting calculation with a bit of humor too. Okay, yeah. Indeed, a
Exactly.
brilliant coverage. Thanks a lot, Ayush.
Thanks a lot, people. And yes, we will be trying to stream live, try to do a live stream on a regular basis, on daily basis if possible. Otherwise, at least on a regular basis. The three of us are part of a channel, and we are not going anywhere, guys. The Olympiad is over, but the channel stays on, and the streams will stay on. The videos will keep coming. So make sure to hit this hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, because you'll be notified whenever you go live. We might as well come live tomorrow also with a small cover up on the Olympiad or something else, but we'll definitely try to come up with content for you on a regular basis. And if you all have any suggestions in particular that you would like for us to do, then definitely
Feedback.
do ping us about that.
Yeah.
Don't forget to join Discord though. Baba, could you just type Discord so they'd have exclamation mark in Discord.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. So you
So
can use Nightbot
we are
to
going
the
to work on
benefit.
the voice channels and all this, but make sure that you can also you also connect with us here.
I think
our
this is
longest
definitely
stream?
no, not really,
It's
not
not our
really.
longest stream.
No. We have had longer streams than this in the past. I think we were covering
Yeah,
the Magnus Invitational, and that went for nearly 5 hours, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I
but
think I have also done 5.5 hours on.
yeah. I'm sure I have done a 5-hour stream.
Exactly, yes. I mean, so we'll be doing such streams on a regular basis, guys, and y'all can let us know what y'all want to be seeing on the stream, etc. Y'all have suggestions, we are open to it, and we'll try to get it in here through on the stream or on videos. Definitely be coming up with more content on a very regular basis, so do hit the subscribe button. The Olympiad was a good platform for us to connect with you people. We had a wonderful chat, and yes, it was pretty nice to host this stream. Really enjoyable stream, actually. And great to have you people.
So I think we shall call it a stream. That's a nice phrase, right, Anurag?
Yeah, we shall call it a day here, guys, and we'll definitely meet you soon, maybe even tomorrow. And once again, we'll be scheduling our streams in advance. So make sure to hit the bell icon, because then you will get a notification for the same. And the Go and Chess Trio signing out here.
Not just live streams, we'll be also posting videos as usual that we do. So you'd also be notified whenever we post any video, and all our
Exactly.
videos are instructive, so it's definitely going to help.
Definitely, yes. We will be coming up with instructive content and live streams and instructive things on the live stream, not just playing
Yeah.
and things, not just covering tournaments, other things also, which we'll plan out. And yes, Atul, we are really happy and we would love to host you. I think we'll be ending the stream here, but we'll be hosting. By the way, Atul is also having a channel of his own. Do check him out. And I think he has ended his stream just recently, maybe. But he will also be joining us on our streams and on our videos on a regular basis. We'll be going to him, and we are trying to support each other here. You can definitely hit a subscribe and check out his channel too. A lot of instructive content there. And yes, thank you all of you for joining us, and we will see you soon. We'll see you soon, right? I think that's it, Neeraj. Like, shall we call it a day?
Yeah.
Great day for us.
Yeah.
Time for celebrations, and
Yeah, we'll
yes,
call it a stream. We'll call it a stream.
go and chess